Little Gay Talk Show with Joel Tatum and Charlotte Shotguns. Houston's hot mess of a podcast. A funny but thoughtful look at the LGBTQIA plus community.
And when we mean we're a hot mess of a podcast, we're a hot mess of a podcast.
This is take 3.
Because I forgot to push the record button.
This is take 3.
I was so excited about being here and so nervous and all this other stuff.
I was going to say, I was like, I don't think I saw you, but I'm like, anyways, Good morning, Houston.
Good morning, Houston.
How are we doing?
It's 10 o'clock. We're at Buddy's in Houston enjoying, we're drinking like white girls right now. We got our White Claws.
Well, my White Claw has tequila in it. I don't know about you.
Oh, Lord.
This is a
you drink like a gay white girl.
Not a lesbian.
That has liquor in it?
I'm
yes,
just kidding.
It's just a splash.
I took a shot of tequila earlier, and I drank that. I was like, let me get loosey-goosey.
Okay, well, we're not officially advertising for White Claw. We're just saying that we're drinking a couple of White Claws.
White Claw's not associated with Bitch Boy Undies or that Little Gay Talk Show.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Way to cover our asses, so to speak, in a gay bar that does not encourage you to cover your asses, so to speak.
I mean, you have to. We're not at Ripcord,
so...
That's only the patio. In the inside, you have to be fully covered, but once you get the outside, just like the masks, they come off.
Do you really have to be fully covered now?
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Ripcord has become so family-friendly lately.
Oh, yeah, they do. Well, I was working there yesterday, and they kicked a guy out because his whole ass was out and everything.
You're kidding. That was the thing to do back in the day.
Girl, back in the day, let me tell you something. Charlotte, I think y'all can go back online and find this. Charlotte did a show for Christmas, for the Christmas holidays at Ripcord that made everybody just a little uncomfortable.
Not uncomfortable. I made them pay attention to drag.
Yeah, they paid attention.
Did I miss it?
Yes, you did. Basically he was dressed up like a surgeon, like from the old 1940s movies. And he had a little chocolate bag. He had a little boy bent over with a chocolate bag. Now, it was obvious it was chocolate. I mean, come on now.
I used to put peanuts in it. I used to put peanuts and other stuff in it.
These queens nearly threw a fit because he was pretending like he was fisting the boy.
And it kept on splattering
And it kept on splattering him with chocolate. And these queens...
I missed that?
Yes, you missed
disgusting.
that.
I also dressed up as Jesus and gave the blood and body of Christ. And everybody was like, how could you do that? I'm like, because I can. This is drag. This isn't church, baby.
I know. You literally just sucked a dick around the corner. You asking him why he is doing that?
I mean, like, sir, you don't have your mask on.
Exactly.
And you're telling me why I'm fisting people on stage.
It was like being in church all over again, but a little bit less of the molesting, though. Not a lot of molesting. So I wasn't touched by Jesus this time.
You're touched.
Yeah, I emotionally.
Your what is it called? Your uvula. What is it called? Your uvula.
Uvula.
On
Yes,
the back of the throat.
Yes, my uvula was touched a couple of times in church. A couple of times in church. They went to prison though, so it's fine.
Oh, not the sermon.
Yes, they went to prison. No, it wasn't a Catholic church. Guess what? This happens in all churches.
I know. I thought all
you don't have to.
the
You don't have to
same.
be Catholic to be molested anymore. Now you can just literally be any denomination and get molested in church, which is a weird subject to start the show off with.
Well, anyways,
but yes, I was
going back to fisting someone on stage.
Yes, exactly.
You missed it. It was really gross. It was really fun. It was cute.
It was cute. It was cute seeing the look on everybody's faces.
Yeah,
like
you can, like I told Joel that you could hear a pin drop because it was so quiet.
Yes, it was.
And you didn't record this?
Oh no, I recorded it for Instagram because I had my phone out, so I recorded. I don't know if the video's still there, but I recorded it and put it on Instagram the very next day. And let me tell you something. These, like I said, pin drop. These queens were repulsed, and I just looked around. And I told one queen, I'm like, "Are you serious?" Back in 1995, I used to go into the bathroom and see a man laying in the stall getting peed on, and y'all repulsed by this. Literally volunteering to get peed on.
It's a different time.
And y'all repulsed by a little chocolate coming out of somebody's ass. And it was chocolate, but it was delicious, too. I had some later. It was delicious.
It splattered on his face. He was in the splash zone.
Yeah, exactly. I made some hot cocoa with it. It was delicious.
It's like one of those hot cocoa bombs, the ones that were trending in December.
I asked the bartender to add a little Baileys to it to give it kind of a kick.
Oh my!
It was delicious. It was delicious. That was a fun night, and like I said, lately I have been since I started doing the show, re-immersing myself back into the gay community. And let me tell y'all something right now. I know I'm old when at 3 o'clock in the morning I'm at a Whataburger thinking I am too goddamn old to be at Whataburger at 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I'm literally too old to be doing all this shit. I'm like, Scott, y'all can't keep me out here this late anymore. Last time we ended up at Kansas Deli, sitting next to a drag queen who threw up in the booth. After I had just eaten a chicken dinner. Had a lovely chicken dinner.
That was a whole chicken, though.
That was a whole half chicken. And this bitch throws up in the next booth. And poor thing, and it was her birthday, too.
Yeah, it was her birthday.
And she was all alone. Well, she was alone.
No, she was with her friends.
No, she was with her friends. But when I saw her, I thought it was just her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think
I guess did they get up?
I think they went to two of them went to the bathroom, and the other one was there.
Yeah, okay. So it was a very, I'm like, now I remember back in the day when me and my cousin and sometimes my other friend we'd go out. I mean, we would go out. It was an event. We'd go to Mining Company. We'd order our first round of cocktails, and then we'd sit on the wall. And one of these bitches was a pro at reading these bitches when they was walking across the street. I mean, she loved to read. She's here now. She's sitting in the audience, but I don't know if she wants me to say her name or not. But she's over
there all shy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's one of the audience members in an audience of one.
The audience. So, there was three, but then
there was three, but then they heard podcasts and they took off running. They're like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that."
They heard about me fisting someone.
No, that would have kept them here.
Yeah, that would have kept them.
That would have kept. That would have. When you hear fisting in the bar, you want to know what the story is.
Yeah, right.
Because it's all about So the term. What are the kids saying now? Throwing these hands.
Girl, that was like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Is that 5 years ago now?
Catching these hands.
Good, catching these. You can catch these hands.
I remember my little nephew used to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why does it keep popping up on TikTok now? Oh, that's because all the old people are saying it.
I'm not saying that.
You know how the young people started a trend on TikTok, and then the old people come along later and literally end that trend.
I think now we just say the girls are fighting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I know they're fighting, and I've heard the expression several times on TV and all this other stuff, and I'm like, I guess I'm far behind because I thought catch these hands was a new thing.
No, we used to say cat fight, claws, knee press-ons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Press-ons. Hold my earrings, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yes.
They still do.
Grab my heels, girl. It's about to go down.
No, girl, you use the heels to fight. That's a good-ass weapon.
No, because, I mean, depending on how much you use...
Girl, you fighting or you bucking?
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to use my expensive Manolo Blancs on some bitch who pissed me off in the bar. You buy the cheap shoes for that.
Well,
that's why you come with a second.
Let me change it to my fighting heels.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we have the GM of Buddies.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ready. He's ready. Okay.
Ready and Eddie.
Ready and Eddie. Okay. Marcus, you need to get off.
How rude.
When I say Marcus, you need to get off, I mean that later.
I already have. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
He's like twice before I got here.
Maybe 3 times, Noah Marcus. Oh. Mm-hmm. And not all with the same guy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you close it just a little bit? Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. All right. Can you hear us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
How are you?
How are you doing tonight?
How are you gentlemen doing today?
We're good.
You must be Frankie, right?
That's me. My name's Frankie.
Hi, Frankie. I'm Charlotte.
Give us a full name, Frankie, so everybody.
Frankie Signs.
It's Frankie Signs, and you are.
I'm the general manager of Buddies.
And we
welcome.
care because
We care because we're building a new thing here. We're going back to the '90s community style.
Oh, okay, very good.
Is that like the background of the bar is? 90s?
Not '90s, but Chris and I both. Chris Berry, the owner.
Yes.
He and I both we're in our early 40s, and we're both from that generation of the '90s. And we just missed that community spirit. He and I both have been in the business for a long time, and he's been talking about opening a bar for years. And the big stressor for him was to make sure that it was community based. There we go.
Oh yeah, you can pull. We're sitting out on the patio. Pull your mask off. Show us that handsome face that will probably lie down with me later. You have to sign some papers first. You'll have to sign some papers first. And I'm not signing a prenup. I'm just letting you know that ahead of time.
You don't want anything prenup from here.
No, I'm not signing a
Like
prenup.
you could take my my horrible credit score. That's just about it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, your credit score is probably better than mine. I bet combined it's 500.
It's like negative 42.
So, why and the how of Buddies? When did y'all decide, hey, let's open up a gay bar in a certain neighborhood that has one man controlling most of the gay bars?
Well, it's more about, again, like Chris was sharing with me his dream of he's always wanted to open a bar, so he decided to work from the ground up and figure out the business first by working in it. And he's shared that with me since we met each other in 2015. And we eventually worked together at Ripcord for a while.
Oh, nice.
And after he left Ripcord, he went to Guava. And we've just remained friends. And then about 2 years ago, he said he would always joke with me, like, hey, would you're going to run my bar for me whenever I do open it. And I'd be like, girl.
Were you always like a GM at places?
I have been before. I GM'd at the Hamburger Mary's in Portland,
cool.
Oregon, for a while.
I was just
and
in Seattle like 2 weeks ago.
I love Seattle. Such a beautiful town.
Hamburger
Emerald
Mary's
City.
in Portland.
Yes.
I bet that's...
It sounds very eclectic and
It was like a TGI Fridays, I think, is the best way to
Oh, really?
with
Oh,
drag
that's-
queens.
Oh, that's fun.
With drag queens.
With drag queens, yeah. It was pretty wild in Portland. In Portland, there's nudity is allowed.
Oh, cool.
It's not
Oh, it's
illegal.
not allowed here in Texas?
No.
No.
I'm
No,
from
no, no.
Florida. Like, you see a full, like, vagina in your face.
Right. Well, Yes, lots of nudity.
That depends, because you can go out to the country in Texas, and sometimes you can see... I don't know why you would want to, and I'm not encouraging this, why you would want to see full vajayjay with birth scars and everything
Oh,
else
not
on
birth
it.
scars.
not
There's probably a baby or two in there.
Because she lives right down the road, and she's got to pay the bills. So
Somebody's gotta pay them.
Somebody's got to
I
pay
mean,
the
good.
bills.
somebody else paid.
And you can only make so much at Walmart. So
Bye.
So Chris kept telling me about his, I used to say his little pipe dream, and it became all of a sudden real. He said, I signed a lease in the neighborhood, and he said, we're about to do this. Are you ready? And I made a decision, a quick one,
Yeah.
But it took, city of Texas, city of Houston, permitting, all that good stuff.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
It took him a good 8 months in order for this
shit.
place to open. But with that, he did a complete 100% gut and renovation of this spot. I don't know if you guys had seen the spot before.
yes,
Buddies.
it used to be Hollywood Food Cafe for a little bit.
That was the very beginning,
Yeah.
yes. In 2002, the Hollywood, the whole conglomerate that used to be here, they used to have this side was the cafe, and the other side was their bookstore.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, cool.
Which they still have next door.
Right. They still have the little
Which
bookstore
I need to
there.
stop in. I need some supplies. I ran out of. I had a gentleman over not too long ago, and I realized I ran out of supplies.
She needs her plan. What is it,
Exactly.
Plan B?
Plan C.
And I ended up in a situation where I
Like
hadn't
Plan-
expected to be in a certain position and was not 100% prepared.
Well, I
She's
call it Plan
leaking.
C, coconut oil.
Oh no! Do you know? First of all, not good for the cholesterol. And secondly, that shit dries. And it dries at the
coming
wrong
from
moment.
experience.
Yeah, exactly. That causes burns.
Oh, not burns. At least you smell good from the inside out. Like, who doesn't want to smell like a
Well, you
pancake?
do smell like an almond bar for for about a couple of hours.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's good for the eating later.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, I didn't think about that. I'll try that next time. I'm sorry, we getting away.
That's okay.
And we're getting away. We were getting away from this.
That's the plan, right?
Sexy GM here.
That's very nice. Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, you will.
So after it took this is all hand renovated by Chris, me, Chris and I, and a bunch of his friends, collective friends of both of ours. Several employees that are still here worked on it themselves as well. Hundreds and hundreds of hours, and dozens of our friends have come in and picked in, and it's that I think also helps you with.
Is that why you guys chose the name Buddies?
Right, because everybody's welcome.
Oh, awesome.
Everybody's welcome. We wanted to make sure that we both came from other programs where it was a little less inclusive, places where women used to not be allowed in after midnight.
That used to be back in the day.
It was back in the day.
Mining company and all that. You could, if you were a woman, you couldn't get into the bar.
Right,
or
you had to be escorted.
You had to be escorted by another
male.
Another male.
You had to leave at midnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was that bad.
Sometimes the bars would charge covers. Like, it's midnight only. You have to pay if you're a woman. Yeah.
Actually,
how
I don't mean no harm. I'm not trying to cause any controversy because I'm not the. Yes, I am.
I did say
But the fact of the matter is that with bachelorette parties being the way that they are,
it go by.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm a drag queen. And I like bachelorette parties because they tip you the house down.
I'm glad that there's a hamburger Mary's.
Everybody else gets hooked over.
I'm glad that now there's a hamburger Mary's in town where they can all congregate into one room. Yeah. Instead of going to all the bars, messing with us, and making it all about them.
I mean, if you're a hamburger Mary's, I used
to call those field trips when I worked especially working at the Ripcord, which is a fetish place. It was so much fun there, and I miss the Ripcord family and wish them. They're so much fun.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're amazing. And working there, I would call them field trips. All of a sudden, you'd see a group of people, regardless of who they were. You'd see them come in, and they would look so completely like just doe-eyed and scared, and you have to like wave them in. Come on in.
Come on in, children.
Come on in, kids.
Come have some cookies.
Right. It's much different here. Here at Buddies, like they walk in, they're like, wow.
I will say that I think Buddies and Hamburger Mary's are the most lit bars, like as in like lighting.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good to see because I'm fucking blind and I can't see shit.
Well, we just want to make sure that you look pretty when you take a picture.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's nice.
The lighting in here is fantastic.
It is.
You hear that, Chris?
They do know how to cater to the gays because the lighting in here is fantastic.
I feel like I need
Good.
Yeah. So
that's part of the plan.
That is part of the plan. Just come in the Buddies, y'all. Have a good time.
Please.
Buddies. Can I tell you something right now? One of the best pizzas in town is at this bar.
We do have a fantastic pizza set up where our good Chef Greg Montalero, and the pizzas
Tell Chef Craig to come say hello.
Chef Greg, if he were here, I would tell him
to.
He's not here. He'll be here tomorrow for steak night. It's a big night tomorrow night. We have steak night on Wednesdays, starting from 6 to 10.
Tomorrow's Tuesday, babe.
Oh, is it? Well, that'll be Wednesday. I'm sorry. We'll just plug
when the podcast comes out,
we see how your night is going already,
right? And actually, Angelina's tomorrow night. The drag show is on Tuesday night. Monday nights like tonight, you guys see it's Industry Night here. It's a fun spot.
So Monday nights is Industry Night. Tuesday night is Angelina's best
drag show.
What is it called? The
drag
best
show.
Best drag show.
Yep. Wednesday we have karaoke. Thursday is Latino night. Latinx night. Friday and Saturday we are open formats. It's fun.
I'll definitely be here for Latin night.
DJ Yuri is fantastic on Thursdays.
I heard.
Really good.
I heard.
Especially from the left angle, he's really good.
Yeah.
Yes. Remind me how to say "here I come" in Spanish.
Come caca.
Come caca.
Come caca. It's not come caca.
It's actually yo como caca.
No.
Yo como caca.
Yes.
That is not.
I am pretty sure that's not what that means.
Not it. I know what caca is at least. Bitch, you crazy.
Y'all are hilarious.
That's why we have a podcast.
Right.
Because we are two of the shyest individuals on the planet, but as soon as we get behind the mic, we are filthy animals.
I love it.
Very that.
We are
fantastic.
filthy animals, and we have a good time.
Yes.
And I'm glad that you're having a good time.
I am, absolutely.
And you're still fully clothed for some reason, but I'm glad that you're having a good time.
It's like nice and nippy out.
Well, you're not in the studio. If you were in the studio,
Right.
You-
Well, I had
Clothing is
to make sure
optional.
the
Clothing is
podcast pretty.
options. Yeah.
for today.
that's fine.
So aside from the whole that, how did this come about? Like,
Well, again, it's just all like a lot of hard work, a lot of determination, a lot of changing course because everything's always evolving. We were trying to do something a little bit different, a format a little bit different,
Absolutely.
management style different, events different. We'll have all kind. We try to view this not only as a community bar but as a venue.
yeah, absolutely.
And as well as a full kitchen now, and everything's prepping, and very soon we're going to roll out a cafe part in the morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right, and if you guys know any baristas, we were actually looking for one.
Okay.
A talented barista, yes.
Me, I can make a leaf on a cappuccino.
Can you?
But I can. But I work too many jobs.
Oh, you heard that?
I'm overworked. I'll teach them.
Cousin Marcus, did you hear that? They looking for a barista girl in the morning.
In the morning.
She loves
the
her
morning.
coffee.
We're going to start opening at 7 a.m. Yeah.
Oh wow,
Looking for a barista? Go get your application right now, girl.
girl.
Go get your
No,
application.
she's here for the coffee. She's like,
She's-
I ain't making nothing, girl. She's like, I want coffee. She's like, I wonder if the coffee machine is still open earlier.
She could.
Oh, that's like an actual machine.
Yes.
You have like the grinder and stuff, and then
it's
you pack
from,
it, then you do the thing.
Right. It's a
I
very
worked
nice.
with one of those.
But if you ever want to work as a barista in a gay bar early in the morning with the
would be it.
gays, I'll come up here every morning
Girl.
just to say hello. I don't really drink coffee, but
But
I'm
you
sure
come by
they'll
and
have
say
a
hello.
lovely hot tea.
Yeah, just to
Right.
come by and say
Hot
hello.
tea.
No,
there's-
just a
He's
lovely
like,
you
hot
could
tea.
still.
He's actually
spike
just gonna
your
have beer.
drink,
He's
because,
just probably just gonna have beer.
Oh no!
can also have a beer.
I'm not one of those queens that like to drink in the morning.
Well, you could put a little bit of horchata inside of your rum chata
I
inside
can do
of
that.
That's why I'm coming to the
When you
late
drink in
night
the
on-
morning, I still consider drinking from the night before.
your. Yeah.
It's not until noon, then it turns into
Change
the next day. Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm
That's
coming
like one
to
business day or something.
Yeah, that's why I'm coming to Latin night on Thursdays to get a little horchata in me.
Yeah.
Hopefully, a big
Go
horchata.
by.
A
We're gonna
big
make
shot
a
of
what is it
horchata.
called? The cinnamon toast crunch over there.
So that toast crunch. That's great.
Uh-oh.
As you can see, it's always
we have
spirited
we have
here
a
on our
meeting.
patio.
Yes, it is spirited.
Always.
Two queens who haven't seen each other in 30 years. Suddenly.
I think they got vaccinated.
They got something, girl.
Speaking of which, you know what? All your bartenders are vaccinated now?
We actually are working on getting that goal. We've been trying to find
It's a
because
little
now
hard.
it's now they are allowing restaurant workers and bar workers to get vaccinated as well. So we have been looking in a direction on getting that worked up for them. So we're still looking. So if anyone has any kind of
I can give you a link. I have a link.
Yeah.
That somebody sent it to me. I haven't done it yet because I'm lazy, but
You should do it.
No, I know I want to. My roommate just got vaccinated, but my roommate's also like almost 80.
yeah,
So,
that would be
yeah.
perfect case.
And I feel bad because sometimes like I work in this industry and
know,
you're
this-
over here trying to be a good civilian. I'm just over here being crazy.
You know, I told the nurse at the clinic the last time I was at the clinic, hey, I'm 80. Can I get Can I get vaccinated? And she immediately said yes.
She immediately.
I was pissed. I'm like, bitch, I'm kidding. I'm not 80. She goes, well, if you were, you look damn good for it. She goes, I'm not going to argue.
She's like, black don't crack.
Black don't crack.
And
But I
brown
have to
don't frown.
But it does sag every now and then. So, I mean, it may
There's
not
product
crack.
for that.
What did you say? Brown don't frown?
Brown don't frown,
Brown
black
don't-
don't crack, and yellow stays mellow.
Period.
And white just goes downhill all
Yeah,
the way.
girl, white
They
just breaks.
They break at 40. They get broken at 40. They're just too delicate. They can't handle all of that. You know, they haven't lived a life. All that privilege just makes it soft. So,
That's fantastic. That's so funny.
so yeah. So, I'm so glad that you were able to sit down with us.
I am too. I really appreciate you guys letting one of us talk and say hello to you and for coming here and
No, thank you for
sharing your
having
time
us
with
at
us.
Buddies. Make sure, let's say it in unison. We're at buddies.
What is it called?
Oh, we said
Neighborhood
it with a
Grill?
little bit of terrible harmony, but it was close enough.
Oh, girl, you guys have to match my monotoned.
Girl, we have to have a couple more cocktails in us before the harmonies really start to come out.
Before the Dixie Chick harmonies just jump out of you.
Right. You know, I like the way he said Dixie.
The Dixie?
The Dixie. Oh,
Goodbye.
ooh, slow it down. Slow it down now. We're just getting to know each other. We're just getting to know each other. All right? Can we?
Dixie.
Ooh. Look at them hands. So powerful. Could take it and do stuff to me.
They've
Or with
done
me.
stuff.
Oh, I know. You
For
work
you.
at a gay bar. I know. I know. You a GM. I know.
By you.
You got a little, man. We like a little man. I like a man with power. So
Well,
I like a man with money.
It looks like he got both. High five, girl. You can have young and inexperienced, but
Inexperienced.
Inexperienced.
This is fine wine and cheese right here.
She's inexperienced.
Good thing I don't really have a type, so that's a good thing.
Oh, that's even better. That's even better.
It's more on personality and smile.
Well,
Big smile person.
as long as you can put up with all my psychological issues, that's fine.
I mean, don't we all have them? It's 2021.
I know.
Anyone who claims not to have baggage.
Thank you.
It's literally with the most baggage.
Right.
If anything,
They have a whole
if anything
layer
as a
plane
gay
full of
man,
baggage.
especially as a gay man of color, we got so much baggage. It's
Lots.
ridiculous.
Girl,
Lots.
ask me about my dad
Lots.
because I don't know him.
Don't ask me about my dad.
It's like Mariah Carey. I don't know her.
I don't know her.
So, yes.
I'm really, really glad that you guys came to here tonight. You guys had chose one of our great nights to come and showcase your podcast.
Yes, we're in front of a large audience on a Monday at Buddy's. we're having such a good
And the
time.
crowd goes wild.
People are sitting at the bar going, "What they doing?"
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, they're doing a podcast. Okay, well, we're gonna sit here at the bar. We don't want to get caught up in all of
I'm gonna
that.
watch my far.
He didn't want to get.
Because we don't want to get read. We're not gonna read any of y'all sitting at the bar. We love y'all. We love y'all.
I don't know if that's true, but
Some of them I love. Some of them.
Some
I'm
of
like,
them.
I love
There we go.
Julio.
Some of them I already had. I already see one or two that are probably looking outside going, "That bitch."
that bitch. Why is she here still?
Oh, why is she here?
How did she get money for
Yeah,
that?
exactly. Why is she sitting on the mic? Yeah, what's wrong with y'all?
I was like, are they recording a track?
Don't let that
Are they
bitch on the
recording
mic.
the track?
She might say some stuff. Yes, I
This is
will.
like Buddy's first EP.
First person who buys,
That'd be great.
give me a double vodka martini, and I'll say whatever you want me to say.
Coming up.
Coming up.
That can be arranged actually in the right spot.
We are certainly in the right spot for people watching.
Yeah.
And it's a nice night. I thought it was going to be cold out here.
It's not.
And I brought a little jacket. I'm wearing my 5 vodka T-shirt that I got the last time I was here.
From the Fix Vodka.
Yeah, for the Fix. I'm sorry, Fix vodka. Thank you for correcting me.
Not the
Thank
5
you for
vodka.
correct. I'm like, did I say 5? No,
Nope.
it's Fix.
I was like,
I'm
is that how
wearing
you
it.
say the X?
That's how you pronounce the X as a V.
Right.
Okay. So I'm wearing my Fix vodka.
It's a great vodka, actually.
Yes.
It's delicious.
It's
The
supposed
owners-
to be.
the owners live about 600 feet that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? That's
Cool.
That's
According to
interesting.
Grindr.
According to Grindr and
According to
Growler, Scruff.
wow, that's
All of them.
really.
Is he the one with the vodka thing emoji? I'm just kidding.
It's a martini glass on there.
Well, I bet the gays flock all over him. I mean, it's vodka.
He's like, can I get a sponsorship?
They do.
Can you imagine being that gay? Oh, my husband has a vodka empire.
Bye. Vodka runs a.
Every girl would be like, "Oh, you lucky bitch."
She's like, I bet you love a good screwdriver, don't you?
I do.
It's actually the wife who came up with the idea of it and all of that good stuff, and her husband has helped him along. But her husband does have a look-alike brother that's a bear in Milwaukee,
Okay.
Wisconsin, some kind of.
But he's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
I know.
What am I supposed to do with that? And why
Just wait until he comes
does he
and
have a
visits.
wife? He's supposed to be gay, or at least
His brother's gay.
moderately bisexual.
Probably what I call it, homoflexible.
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 I
They're
watched
here for a good time,
Heteroflexible.
not
Heteroflex. I watched a little video before we go on break. I watched a little video that says that you could be heterosexual and still like having sex with men. I went, really?
I mean, I guess whatever.
I mean, I really don't believe that there's such a thing as,
I'm just here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good time, long time. Doesn't really.
Back in the days when they called it being on the down low, which is 2021. If you're still on the down low, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you.
Wrong.
Everybody is somebody now. So there's no reason. Just pick a label.
Like, I'm podsexual?
Yeah, you
podsexual?
Yes, exactly. You could be whatever sexuality you want to be. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. No, in fact, most people will go, I don't even know what that is. And you can go, okay, that's fine.
Well, let's find out.
That's what I am.
Let's find out. You gentlemen are determined.
Yeah, exactly.
And I like that. Persistent.
So, I don't, and we should, we should have a bigger audience. If we come here more often.
I think you guys should.
If Buddy says, hey, why don't you come by once a month?
Hey, why don't you come by once a month?
Look at that.
Oh, thank you.
See how that happens?
Oh, my God. We're coming by once a month. Oh, my God. Like, every first Monday of the month or something like that?
How about every first Monday of the month you guys come back and visit us? Check in.
Okay, that sounds great. And when am I coming to your house again?
Let's a couple of months in. Let's see how we're doing.
Okay, don't worry. It's just gonna be. It might
be a private party.
Private.
It could be a one night.
I like public.
It could be a one night stand, or we can turn it into a relationship. I don't know. I'm talking about buddies. Talking about buddies.
Of course, of course. Persistence is key.
Yes, persistence is key. So
she's like, what are you talking about right now?
You know what? It didn't even take me that long to ask if we could do this once a month. He literally just said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So if
why not?
If I can ask for that, imagine what else I could ask for. Huh.
Fine line.
She's like, you got $1?
You got $1? No, that's why I'm here.
Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break because we need to.
Absolutely. Again, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to Buddies this evening, and we look forward to doing this once a month. That would be fantastic.
And don't forget, listen to us on all your podcast networks. Even Pandora.
Spotify.
We're even on Pandora. Amazingly,
Pandora.
I don't even know. Pandora just said, you know
iTunes.
Why not?
Yeah.
Tidal.
Exactly.
All the things.
Yeah, exactly.
The YouTubes.
Yes,
the
YouTubes.
Oh, you can listen to us on YouTube.
Well,
you can't
probably
watch a video,
us.
but you can listen to us on YouTube, but there's no video. I
I
accidentally set up
I'm
a
here to listen,
YouTube
not to
account
watch.
thinking that we were going to do some videos and stuff, but that was a while ago. That was 3 hosts ago.
Well,
we'll get into that drama later.
Well, thank you again, guys. I really, really
Thank
appreciate
you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
All right.
We're going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to watch Frank walk away because I need to see what kind of package we're working with here.
Girl, the whole deal.
Yeah, exactly.
U.S. priority.
Exactly. How much of these hands he's going to get. All right. So we've enjoyed our first 32 minutes doing a show at Buddies that I've been freaking out about for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I woke up this morning going, we're doing a show at Buddies. I'm crawling under my blanket. I don't want to come out. That's how much anxiety I had. You are used to performing live in front of people, whereas I'm used to performing live in front of a mirror or in front of one other guest whose pants I'm trying to get into at the time. So we're going to take a little bit of a break because we need a cocktail and we need to say hello to everybody.
Libation.
Say hello to a couple of people, and we'll be right back. This is an episode of That Little Gay Talk Show, Houston's
hot mess of a podcast.
And we are back. We're at Buddy's Bar, and we're doing That Little Gay Talk Show from Buddies. Yes,
from Buddies.
From
Here
Buddies.
At Buddies.
At Buddies, for Buddies, because Buddies said make sure you promote Buddies.
Don't forget we're at Buddies.
Don't forget we're at Buddies. So we are at Buddies right now. We talked to Frank earlier, and we had such a good time. And he was sexy, and he had a lot of money. So we gonna put him on the list of potential husband/lovers.
Period.
With money, who will take me shopping.
Like, I just want a little Corvette.
Yes, exactly. Maybe I'll buy some bitch boy undies.
Yeah, buy
and
them.
model them for him, where he will go, you know what? I'm gonna pay for somebody else. So oh my God.
Get out of my face.
Get that out of my face. Get that dick out of my face. All right, which I hope he doesn't say, because that would be awful. And I
Hopefully not.
make him buy me a car. So that'll be fun.
Corvette.
Mm-hmm. So
A little red Corvette.
Mm-hmm. Cousin Marcus is gonna.
Cousin Marcus
is gonna walk around. Cousin Marcus has been walking around.
Everybody say hi to Cousin Marcus.
Hello.
Has been walking around, talking to different people, getting their phone numbers, telling them
Social Security,
getting their
the
Social
credit
Security,
card.
telling them.
He's like, you want to sponsor the show or what?
Yeah, exactly.
I've been promoting the show.
Mm-hmm. He's been promoting the show as well as his own assets.
I've been only promoting the show.
Mm-hmm. That's what we. That's not what I heard.
She's like,
been
after
only
the show,
promoting
said
the
meet me in the
show.
bathroom, stall 2.
I've been only promoting the show.
As he says 9 times already. I saw you at the bar. I know what you were doing.
I was only asking him about his coffee machine.
Mm-hmm.
He's here for the coffee machine.
Don't make me cut you. I'm not. I'll fight for my money.
Ah.
I will cut a bitch, including my own cousin.
I bet.
Mm-hmm. And you walk. And by the way, he is also walking around telling stories about things that we did in the past. Don't do that.
Well, anyway, we have a couple of people here that want. A couple of people that was walking around that would like to join in.
Okay, cool.
The talk show.
Okay.
And the first name is Daniel.
Daniel,
come on down.
Daniel, contestant number 1.
You are contestant number 1 on
Here on the Game of Life.
There
There we go.
All right.
Sure, I guess.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Right here?
Loud
Okay,
and
yes,
clear.
right here. You can
Testing.
stand,
1, 2,
you can
1, 2.
sit. You can
No,
do
I'm
whatever.
gonna sit. I'm gonna
Okay. All right.
Sit.
I've been standing all day.
Mm-hmm. Have you been standing all day?
Mm-hmm.
You probably just need to lie down.
No.
She needs a nap.
I've been bartending all day.
Oh, you're a bartender?
Yeah.
Where do you work at? Tell us about
Crocker.
yourself. Ooh.
Oh, Crocker. How do you like working at Crocker?
It's awesome.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about Crocker Bar?
Tell us a little, yeah.
for those listening out there who need to know what that is.
So Crocker Bar is pretty much we welcome everybody. Gender, race, sexuality, we don't care. As long as you spend money. We love everybody.
And isn't that the great thing about a bar?
Yeah.
Just spend money.
Exactly.
Just spend
That's
money.
all
The only
you're
thing we
there
give a fuck
for.
about is
Spend money or else. Spend money or else.
Spend money or else.
Don't give a fuck about the drama. Just spend
Oh
money.
no!
As
That's what
long
I
as
go.
your bar tab is
I'm
getting
sorry.
paid for.
Isn't that what we go to gay bars for? For the drama?
Fuck
we
that.
just don't want to be in the drama.
No, yeah,
We just don't want to
We're
be
here
in
for
the
the
drama.
show.
But
We're not here for the-
if we're gonna go,
We're here to watch, not
going
for
for the drama.
No. And Crocker is very well known for their pour. And we pour as well. And we cater to the customer.
That's why y'all have so much
I feel
drama.
like every time I go to Crocker, I have 2 drinks and I get so fucked up. I'm like, girl, what's in here?
Because you went somewhere else before that.
What's that?
Because you went somewhere else before that.
Oh, no. I usually start off there and I get 2
Oh, yeah,
drinks in.
that's the thing
Yeah,
they do.
I started off there, then I was like,
They
ooh,
started at
girl.
Crocker.
Like, the room is
They
spinning
bounce
up for 2
around.
drinks.
You know,
they go to other bars.
Yeah,
And like,
because-
okay, let's go back to Crocker.
Yeah.
Because we have good pour, we have good drinks at good price. So yeah.
You do.
Yeah. And the music's good. And we have good DJs. Yeah.
And what kind of y'all got specials? Y'all got some kind of nights?
We
Y'all
pretty much have like happy hour, like all night.
What
almost.
is your happy hour?
Like all night. Yeah.
What is it? It's like, it's just
It's
happy
all
hour.
night. Like,
Girls
It's
happy
just
hour
all
night,
night.
all night,
Yeah,
every night,
it's
every
just all
day.
night.
come
every
party.
day.
Like, come party, hang out at Crocker. Like, we rock out.
Come here at Crocker Bar and have a
Fuck
happy
yeah.
hour libation.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Like, the DJ get there like at 10 o'clock and we fucking rock the fucking bitch out like till fucking 2 o'clock. Yeah. And we have a good security staff and
Yeah, you guys have a pretty good security staff. Like that is,
yes, we do.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I feel
security.
like,
Yeah,
I
very
think it's
secure.
Crocker.
Is security an
and-
issue at Crocker? I haven't been to Crocker.
No.
No, I think
We're
it's just-
we're very on point about everything that we
Yeah,
do.
you do.
Because back
We're
in
always watching.
Because back in the 90s, it was.
Now I wasn't there for that time.
I know. You said
Yeah.
anything before 5 years, you don't know nothing about.
Exactly. But now since I've been there, we have no
Everything's been
issues.
changed.
We have no issues.
It is. I mean, it's cleaner. It's nicer. It's look.
Yeah,
like
we've
I said, I
upgraded.
remember before the 2000s. It was. It had a
And then we
notorious
have-
reputation.
And then we have another bar 2.0 that we'll be promoting like in the next 2 months.
Is that open yet?
No, it's going to be open like the next
Oh,
2
okay.
months.
Cool.
Yeah,
I haven't,
so it's
yeah.
more like a younger. Like,
Okay, yeah. I've
lounge
been there. I've
bar.
seen it. I didn't know that it wasn't open.
So it's
I
awesome.
thought it was open.
It's awesome. It's a good spot. It's a good spot. So we're trying to cater to the young crowd at 2.0 and cater to the older crowd at Crocker.
Now, it's 2.0, is that going to be a bar or a club?
It's a lounge bar.
Lounge bar?
Oh,
Yeah,
cool,
like a
cool, cool.
lounge
So just
bar,
like
yeah.
chilling and vibing.
Chilling, vibing, dance, all that.
You guys have hookah bars? I'm kidding.
So what?
Is it hookahs? Maybe.
Or hookah
Yeah,
still
I
a
feel like
thing?
yeah.
We
I
ain't
feel
doing
like
no hookah.
I feel like no one in Montrose has hookah bar.
No,
Like,
why should we? Everybody smoke fucking cigarettes.
No, everybody vapes.
And that too.
They
So
vape.
why do we? Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But what
If
they
you want
are
to go to
doing,
hookah bars, you go in
but
Washington.
what they are doing, they're building a patio for people to be able to go outside.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, that would be
So
a
we
great
got a lot of
asset.
renovations going on in the next couple months, but
Yeah.
Crocker is like solid. Like we're good. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, what do you know what they're going to do now that Texas is going to be maskless starting Wednesday? What do you know what Crocker's going to do about that? If they're going to allow masks, if they're not going to?
We're not mandating it. It's up to you.
Yeah.
If you feel like
I think
you
that's.
need to
I
wear
think
a
that's
mask-
at this point. I think
Same
everyone's
thing,
doing
same
that.
thing with my coworkers. Like, hey, if y'all feel like you need to put a mask on, go right ahead. Yeah.
I just feel more secure if you have a patio where I can sit
we do.
outside.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, you guys
Then
have
I'm
a
okay.
pretty, you have a pretty big patio.
Then I'm okay. But
We have,
sitting up
you
under
guys-
the bar.
yeah.
we have an open patio.
Yeah, you guys have that big thing. You guys closed off that thing too, and it turned into a big patio.
So we turn our parking lot into a patio, so we can allow people to go out and
Yeah.
and be separate from the crowded areas
Yeah.
and enjoy their drinks and enjoy their friends and hang out.
Because I used to love being up under all those people. Now it's like, don't 6 feet,
It's like the
6
little-
feet, 6 feet this way,
Right.
this way, and this
I was like,
way.
if I can punch you in the face,
Or
you're too
this
close.
exactly. No. Well, we definitely promote everybody since the pandemic to be like, hey, wear your mask.
It's
Wear your
crazy
mask at
that
the
we
bar.
everything that we have to change
Not only to
to
protect the bartenders, but also to protect themselves.
absolutely.
And if you're outside and you drinking a drink, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But it's while you walk around the bar, put your mask on.
Yeah, because it's
No, we've been very diligent about making sure to abide by the guidelines.
Absolutely. I think that's everyone too.
Yeah.
Just because nobody
I
wants
know,
to get
I
in
know a
trouble.
lot of places don't do that, but we've been very diligent about that. And I think that's the reason why we're still popular. And
Absolutely.
business is still booming. Because they love coming over there because it's safer. And they feel comfortable because we're very strict on our policies.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
so.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, we can still hear him.
Where my shot? Why you touching my mic? Where my shot at?
Like,
Are you giving out COVID shots now, Julio? I mean,
girl, giving out COVID shots.
Oh, that's
there.
that's the name of the shots now. COVID shots. Oh,
well, the vaccines.
no, not the vaccine. I'm talking about the actual.
Oh,
shot.
no, you talking about
it makes them
drink?
Yeah.
Is it green? But is it green?
Is it green?
I don't
It's
care.
gonna-
I'll take it.
Girls,
It's gonna allow me not to
It's
have
As long
to
as it
wear a
tastes
mask.
good.
Girl, the new COVID shot is just barman shots.
No, that's called a trash can shot.
Or Jersey Turnpike, depending on where you're at, baby.
No.
So
Girl, it's all 50,
now,
59.
as a bartender working in Montrose, you must get, and you kind of good looking.
Well, thank you.
A lot of offers.
I try. You know.
Yeah, you're a good looking man.
I try to be easy on that.
Yeah, you're a good looking man.
Well, thank you.
How many phone numbers are we talking about today? 5, 6?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Nah.
Because I know bartenders.
Nah.
Nah.
No, I'm just a good eye candy. Yeah.
It's like part of the industry. Like I
It's
can't.
like part of the industry. It's
Now,
like
tip wise,
Yeah.
now tips are good.
I mean, like, if you give me a good tip, I'll give you a good
tips are
tip.
good. I will cater to my customers. Like I will walk around like anything else. You good? No.
okay.
Numbers wise, no.
It's like, if you want my number, it's 911.
You don't mean to tell me nobody walks up to the
I
bar.
will not be calling you.
You don't mean to tell me nobody walks up to the bar and says, "Hey, what's going on? How you doing? You looking good?
Nah.
What's up?
Nah.
What's up?"
I know a lot of people. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in the industry for like since 2001. So
Okay.
About 20 years. So
yeah.
So you've been enjoying yourself and
Oh yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
and
Like
working.
meeting new people, making connections. Like it's been awesome.
Now is Crocker, is that a Armstrong joint or is that a separate bar?
Yeah, it has
separate owner?
no affiliation with.
Okay,
Yeah.
separate owner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
And
one of the 3 other people that own bars here.
Yeah, pretty much.
so, all right. Well, we are glad that you came on
Yeah,
I'm
thank
glad
you.
you-
had to sit down and talk to us. You
Oh,
didn't
I
have
had no
to sit
problem.
down to talk to us, but I'm
No,
glad that you sat down.
this is my
and talked
first
to us.
time doing it, so like, okay, cool, okay.
You signed all the necessary documents, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so we're not gonna get sued, or I'm not gonna have to,
yeah. I didn't say anything. Yeah, I get sued.
Okay.
if you did, we'll just bleep it out.
No.
Well, anyways, Daniel, it was a pleasure.
I'm good at
talking to you.
interviews.
I'm guessing you're off tonight and you're just relaxing and
Yes.
enjoying yourself.
So what
I
qualities
got
do
off
you
at
bring to
7.
our establishment? I'm just kidding. It's like one of those interviews. So if you were in this situation, how would you handle it?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just asking questions like at a fucking job interview.
No.
So you're just out and about enjoying yourself, enjoying
Goddamn right.
life, doing
Goddamn
your
right.
thing.
What?
Out with your friend? Is that your friend sitting across?
That's like my brother right there.
Is
Hi,
that
brother.
Yeah.
like your brother or is your brother?
He might as well be my brother.
He might as well be your
Yeah,
brother.
might as well be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it's,
All right.
and it's one of my security guys.
Oh, one of the security guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's in security. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
Daddy, how you doing?
Yeah, that's like my right hand man. Like,
Doing all right over there? You doing okay? All right. All right. I like a man in uniform. Do you wear a uniform or do you have a big old baton on the side of you?
Girl, he's got a baton.
he don't need one.
Oh, I'm
he don't
sorry.
need one.
I'm sorry.
he don't
Mark.
need one.
I'm sorry. Marcus already claimed that. Sorry.
That smile right there alone
I know.
is
look,
enough.
He looks like the devil over there. He looks like he's about to get up to
he
some,
will fuck you up.
Oh,
He
I
looks
hope
like
so.
he's about to get into some serious business over there, which is
No, he got my back. He got my back. No, he got my back.
Okay.
He's 100%.
okay. Well, I hope you don't take offense, but he can have my back too. I mean, I'm okay with that. Okay. Well,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
well,
That's
thanks
on
for,
y'all connection.
well, thanks for coming on. We're gonna have another
No,
guest
thank
on
you.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out and
No, thank
sharing
you.
with us and having fun with us. This is our first time doing this event,
It's
so
my first time
we're
doing this
enjoying.
as well.
We're enjoying. It's everybody's first time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
feel like a virgin.
I know.
The girls are
Ooh.
virgins.
Well, I hope not.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure there's some skills
in some
under
aspect.
there.
In some aspects.
She's got a whole
But we're
drink
not gonna
tray.
talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that.
Somebody sit out a whole drink tray. Good Lord.
Oh, I got a shot. Oh,
Oh, no.
yes.
Now you know. Okay, I guess
See, I,
we're
love,
gonna-
I love industry now.
Oh, good Lord. These shots provided by Cipriano.
There you go. Take it to the head.
I hope these are not Rumplemans.
No,
Oh, I
think
didn't
these are
get one.
tequila.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just kidding.
Can I have a lime?
I ain't
We're
get
gonna
one.
enjoy a shot.
That's messed up. I didn't get no shot.
Okay, that's not how this works. If I have to give you a shot to come on the show, something's wrong with our show.
No. I thought it'd be courtesy.
Okay, so cheers. Thank you for
Cheers.
being our first bar patron on
No, you good.
and
You
enjoying
good.
a night at Buddy's.
I will.
All right, now get up and get out.
Okay. Thank you. Now I feel like I hope.
That's what I say to most gentlemen at 2 a.m. So I'm sorry.
Get
I'm just
out.
used to saying that. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, get up and get out.
Welcome back, cousin Marcus.
I might go have to see him
Thank
at the
you,
bar.
I'm back.
He is Marcus. Is he not? He is a good looking man.
You leave my customers alone.
He is a good looking man.
Oh, she said
Leave my
leave her
customers
customers
alone.
alone.
Your customers. I thought you were promoting the show.
I have to
you
go.
out here
I have
getting
to
customers.
go over there where he works. Okay.
Oh,
I wanna
you
go
have to
too.
go over. Oh, you do. Okay.
What days do you work?
What
Tell
days
us.
do you work?
You.
No, both of y'all.
So we can come see you. So we can come.
So we can come see both of y'all.
You're at Crockers.
Especially that smile over there. I'm gonna come see him
Oh,
more than
my God,
more than
really?
I look at that smile.
Okay, we gotta
He is
get on
probably
to the next bit.
heterosexual
We
as
gotta-
hell, but
we
I
gotta
don't
We
move on
care.
have
to the next
another
guy.
person coming on, Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
This is another buddy's
Ooh,
employee.
it's Jonathan, y'all. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We gonna come see you. All right.
And here's Jonathan.
Hey, Gigi. Get him a shot, because he is. Get him a shot, because he is good.
Hello, do you hear us?
I'm sorry, I was talking to Gigi. Oh, now it's time. I'm sorry, Jonathan.
No, you're good.
I'm sorry. I haven't even drank this shot yet, and I'm already having a good time.
We've been
I
having
have barely touched the cocktail that I have, which goes to show you how much of a good time I'm having here.
I want a cocktail too.
And these girls usually have to
more
pick
sips there.
Yeah, like 2 sips. I took 2 sips.
2 is enough.
Yeah,
One
these
to my
girls
mouth.
usually have to pick me up off the floor.
Oh, girl.
Girl, that's why I
I
got a
fell
tow truck.
asleep in the middle of an interview once
Did you get the job?
because we got stupid drunk
How did you fall asleep in the middle?
while doing the show in my favorite chair.
Oh yes, I thought you. Oh, I thought you meant like a job interview. I was like, oh my god.
No, like, did you get
No,
a job?
like a pod. I remember that.
No.
We drank like 2 bottles of wine and 1 bottle of like Jim Beam, and then I was just there talking to myself, and he fell asleep. And I was just pushing all the buttons like a fucking drunk mess. I was like, I think this one's the off one. Now I know how to use it.
She's a pro now.
Well, I want to thank you, Julio, for pushing that into his face.
Oh.
I mean, that's.
He
He didn't
liked
even
assume
flinch.
position, too. He was like,
He did not flinch at all.
Oh, you see
he
his head
he just,
back?
I did not.
he just
I did
went.
not.
I already know. I know the routine.
Well, I used to do podcasts back then.
Oh, really?
Yes. He has a background in podcasts.
What?
She loves it when you just put anything on her face. She really does. That's our aesthetic. You just see her grinder profile.
Where?
What is grinder?
I don't know what that is. What is a grinder? I don't know what that is.
Like a weed grinder?
Yeah.
I love weed.
Weed's so good.
Maybe that mic's not big enough. That's why you didn't.
Talking
flinch.
about weed. I'm just kidding.
So tell us about this podcast that you have, or
No. I did back then in college. That was years ago, and I loved it. But I didn't finish my career, sadly.
As most of us. Yeah.
As most
Welcome
of us
to the
do.
club. Beauty school dropout twice.
But,
Actual beauty school, then I was a art professor dropout, and I was like, too bad. I'll just become a drag queen.
Why not? Hey, sickening. You've done a good
Same
job.
thing,
You've
same thing.
done a good job.
Like,
I
same
love
thing.
your drag.
Thank you.
Jonathan, tell us about yourself. Let us get to know.
I think
you.
I want to give a little insight on Jonathan. He works here at Buddy's as well. And you recently moved to Montrose or Houston? Both? Montrose lately. So that's a little background. As far as I know. I know other things, but that's
But
not your business.
but I want to get to know Jonathan.
What would you like to know?
How much is your hourly rate?
I just had a shot, so I just had a
Can you
shot.
afford it?
So
That's the question. No, I'm just kidding.
What is your social? What is your credit score?
Listen,
Like, is it a 4-wheel drive or a 2-wheel drive?
am I gonna have to pay for it?
Yes.
maybe.
Oh, really?
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
Just say yes, and then.
Well,
and
my
then
SS
if you
card hasn't. My SS check hasn't come in yet, so I'll let you know.
Don't worry, your stimulus check will work.
Okay. Oh, that's $1,400. You better have some skills, goddammit. I could be paying bills with that.
You can pay my bills with that. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, then you better have some skills. And cook a mean pot roast.
Listen, I do cook too, so
Ooh. You know what? I need one of those sound effects that goes, ooh. Oh, good Lord. You know, go on ahead and talk. Tell us more about you.
well, I am from Houston, but I also lived in Mexico for 7 years. Reason why is because I'm going a little strong about this. So my dad and sister got deported.
Oh no.
So I had to move unwillingly to a different country that I barely know and knew a little bit of Spanish. But overall, I mean, it was tough at first, but at the end, all great.
That is a crazy situation. I could not imagine someone going through that.
It's
Especially, like,
tough.
Yeah, because I hear stories about it too, and it's just crazy. Like,
It is crazy, and it's been crazy for me how I struggled.
living over there, and it's different. Very different.
It
from
very
Harvard.
is very different.
But the food, the culture, everything there, perfect. I love
Yeah,
it.
right.
I mean, like pozole, tamales.
It's like what is the saying? You win some, you lose some.
What region in Mexico?
San Luis Potosí.
My mom's from the DF and my dad is from Monterrey.
I have not been to that.
DF, it's really nice.
I heard.
I just like going to the Basilica because like I'm super atheist, but you see all these people like crawling on their knees. It's like, girl, what is going on in your head?
When I see a lot of people, crawling on their knees, I'm thinking I want to be at that party. I'm going to that party.
It's like, who's your master?
That
Who's your
looks like-
dom?
That looks like a fun party if everybody's on their knees. So I will be. I don't mean no. I'm not harming anything.
It's either you're at like a BDSM party or at a Bible study.
Oh well, I've had a lot of fun at Bible study. Bible camp was the first time I lost my virginity, my gay virginity.
Oh,
Several times.
Amen.
That's what. At least that's what I told them.
I pour some for Jesus.
I'll take a sip for
Because
that.
let me tell you something. The best play you ever gonna get is Baptist Bible camp. Baptist
Recommendation.
Bible camp.
Recommendation.
Yeah, I
Here,
don't
here
know.
first.
What is it in Spanish? I might know it in Spanish.
16.
I'm like thinking, ¿cómo sería?
16, skinny, running around in little teeny tiny shorts. All the boys going, secretly at night going, hey, can you come up to my bunk? And I'm like,
Bunk or a bump?
why can't you come down to my bunk? Why I got to get up there? Why I got to do all that work to go? Your dick ain't that big anyway. Why I got to climb up on the bunk?
Oh.
You get down here. Come down here and take care. I'm not coming up there.
I will say,
Let them go.
my mom is like one of those people that used to teach like first communion to people. She's very involved in the church. And I remember nobody wanted to play the devil, so she made me. She's like, "You don't like church, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You're gonna play the devil." I'm like, "Girl, I've been playing the devil. I've been playing the devil now."
Perfect. My role. I can reprise it again
I
here.
remember I did my own makeup. I made my own costume. Bitch, I was the star of the show.
I'm here. Be prepared.
Like I gave the apple to Eve.
Now, let me. We have. You know what? Most of the guests that we have. Let me tell you something about buddies. Most of the guests that we've had on so far have been hot, just hot men. From the GM who's standing in the corner over there.
She ain't listening.
He's not even looking Frankie, but
Hey Frankie, I'm still thinking about you. I just want you
Good
to
thing
know
there's
that.
a wall between him and you.
Yeah. Okay. Don't forget my SUV that we talked about. Okay.
I thought it was a
we talked
Corvette.
about that.
I thought we were getting a Corvette.
No, I just want a simple SUV. I told you that. I just want a simple SUV.
Like, if you can just buy me new tires,
just
I'm
a
okay.
BMW.
that's all I need right now.
That's
New
it.
tires.
Nothing too extravagant.
Just new tires.
Electric would be preferred, though.
Like just a little Tesla.
I'm trying to save the environment.
I would love
okay?
a Tesla for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As I
was
drink out of a plastic cup.
Okay,
All
back to John.
Okay, let's get back to. I'm sorry, Jonathan. I'm all over the.
Very easily distracted.
You
Don't
are,
mind him.
I'm very easily distracted. I mean,
In order to get you have
but
to
I
date
can
him.
turn around like this, focus, and see
He's
the
like-
one where
he
we're in
has
the
like
same.
a dick.
Yeah,
like-
and we have the same style glasses on. One.
That is true.
Yeah, we have the same-
Where exactly? Oh no, can't say it.
Yeah.
underneath
You
the
act-
hat behind the microphone.
You act like I just took my clothes
Like
off.
where?
Where is it at exactly?
Where are your glasses?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Where is
What
it at?
glasses?
You a black man. You supposed to be. What's going on down there? Oh my lord!
How do you like working in the neighborhood?
I miss it. I used to work at a different bar.
Yeah.
But I wasn't in a good set space.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just you just needed to leave and yeah. That's all I have to say. But now I feel better. I feel relaxed. Better headspace. So I've been loving it here. Getting to know people. We hear talk to y'all too.
Yeah.
So it's been perfect. I would say. I love it.
That's good.
I'm sorry. Right now, that shot hit me. No, I'm kidding.
She's
I'm
burning
kidding.
up.
I'm kidding.
Sorry,
Does anyone have an
buzz.
EpiPen?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm fine. I'm fine. And so are you. You're so fine. I'm sorry. Ooh, that shot did hit me.
How do you really
Nurse,
feel?
water.
Nurse, I need some
Nurse,
water.
nurse. Where's the nurse button?
You can be my nurse at the nursing home if you want.
I'll take care of you.
You're not the nursing home. She said the nursing home.
I said the nursing home.
How old is she again? I'm just kidding.
She's 67.
Oh, bitch, no. Not yet. I got a few more years.
Do you?
A few. Okay, I mean a lot. I'm sorry, a lot more years. A lot more years.
I guess. Let me see your social security card.
Can I see your ID, please?
What is it with you and Social Security numbers? You trying to steal his identity?
Always.
His credit score is probably lower than ours combined.
Oh! You can't beat a -4.
Exactly. You're supposed to steal up, not down.
Join the club. I'm kidding.
Jonathan, I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
I love the beard.
Highly
by the way.
offended.
Thank you.
Love that beard. You
do have a really nice
You
beard.
do really have you have an incredibly nice beard.
Yes.
Thank you. I do it myself.
You do it yourself.
It's like really grown
It's jet
in.
black and just.
I do take care of it.
Yes.
I do my best. Thanks to COVID.
I know.
I just look like a rock star always. Just like
You know, since wearing a mask, I don't even shave that much anymore. I don't even go to work shaved. I just put the mask on and I'm done. I'm ready for work.
Perfect. There, it's done.
My beard grows all gray, and I went gray pretty early. So, I also went through puberty really earlier. So it makes I guess it makes sense on a certain. I mean, I had a hairy chest at 12. My dad had 3 hairs on his chest and got mad at me because I had a full head of hair on my chest.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Where the fuck did that come from? Let me call your mom."
Same. My whole family doesn't really have facial hair than me. I'm like this hairy ass bit.
I'm the most hairiest one in my family.
Yeah, same.
I'm just like, what the hell?
I blame the hormones they put in our milks in elementary school.
Very much so.
Yeah, I really blame that.
No, it's I can't say the mark, but it's a specific one, and I'm just like, no, I'm not drinking that anymore. They told me, I was like, no, don't drink that. I was like, makes sense.
No, I just blame the hormones in the milk growing up because we were during that era where they didn't care what the fuck they put in our bodies. Like we ate those super frozen pasteurized. Yeah, literally.
But nowadays it's like GMO, gluten free.
Yeah, and girl, my days, girl, we ate everything. We were eating plastic eggs.
Well, I don't know about I grew up the old-fashioned way. I just sucked a lot of dick, and I inherited all those hormones. So, I mean. It just couldn't be helped. It's like I told my dad. Well, why do you think I have a full head of hair on my chest?
All the testosterone growing up. Not the testosterone.
I'm getting my testosterone boost now.
Bye.
And now that I'm over a certain age,
maybe that's why. Maybe that is. Is there some sort of test that says if you're a gay man, and you've digested a lot of semen, the testosterone that you've taken in helps you be hairier? Is that a thing?
Good question.
Did I just go? Did I just find the whole
If that was a thing, everybody in this bar would have huge afros. Girl, no.
You never know.
We gotta experiment on that.
Yeah, we have to. Yes,
we're gonna have this guy suck a lot of dick.
We need to be we need to be in a control group where we have all these guys sucking dick, and then we have all these guys who don't, and figure out who grows the most hair or who gets the most testosterone in their system. Yeah, exactly. Who becomes the manliest in the group? Because a couple of us are going to be swinging in purses in that group. You know that.
Bitch, I'm hairier than you.
I'll bring my little purse right here.
Pull out your little taser out of your purse.
Exactly. So, because Scott also has he's our bearded queen, and one of the
I'm
one of the best bearded queens.
Are you?
One of the best bearded queens in Montrose. So,
oh my god! I love you.
So she also has a lovely beard. That
it's
usually every time
it's not well kept.
It just needs a little bit of a trim. That's it.
I tried doing it today, but I'm just I'm just gonna go tomorrow and get a haircut, and they're gonna fix it.
When he
perfect.
Yeah.
When he puts on makeup, girl, it's like
right,
girl,
right.
Your face is beat to the gods.
She does a good job. The outfits too.
I make everything. I do make.
She makes her own costumes. She makes her own underwear. This bitch. This bitch works harder than I do. I don't want to do all that work. I've reached a certain age now where I just want to do the podcast.
My only days off from not working are Mondays, but I do. I sew all day Mondays.
He's already wanting to launch he did his jock straps. Now we're doing underwear. Now I'm going to have to invest money into this business so I can get rich and do nothing. So I can get me a young thing like you to come hang out with me. to come hang out with straps. Me. And then all you have to say is, Daddy, I need a new card. Okay, here you go. There you go. Take the card. Take the black card.
Jockstrap money.
Can I
Take the black card.
This is the jockstrap money.
Just touch me on my forehead. There you go. You can have the black card.
What's your number again?
It's 911.
Call the police.
Oh my god! No.
Call the police on this bitch. Oh my goodness, you are so much fun.
Thank you.
I wish I had a black card right now. Why does Scott always looks at me like, oh, stop embarrassing yourself.
Because I'm so dramatic.
Okay, it should be a little dramatic.
I'm acting.
He's acting.
He's doing an amazing job.
Because he's an actor.
Maybe not that. Maybe not that. Let's not go there.
Okay. Well, it's time up. Is it time up?
I think it's almost time up.
Okay.
I think we're doing 10 minutes on every. Yeah, we got 19 seconds.
Okay, so you have 19 seconds.
So it's not. I mean, I had much fun. I love doing this again.
Tell us where we can find you on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
At the_J_Alex.
Okay,
On
Alex.
Instagram.
Instagram, cool. Follow them. Come see them at Buddies.
Hi, buddies. Yeah, I'll post something.
Just come say hi.
Say hi.
Get 2 shots with them.
Come do a full show at my house. I mean, Scott will be there. I mean, don't worry, Scott will be there.
But can you afford it?
I'm really good at recording.
I mean, we're just gonna record it. That's all. I mean,
OnlyFans?
Yes.
Ooh, no,
actually.
He's like, oh no, never mind.
Girl, we ain't gonna make no money that way.
He's like, I'm gonna pay for my own.
I know that everybody likes.
account.
I know everybody likes something out there. We might make a little bit of. We actually might roll it in. I mean,
We can just do like a mukbang. Just eat like food. Like
Hi, welcome to the channel today. We're gonna eat. I don't know, Chinese food.
gonna eat giant crab legs.
we're gonna eat giant crab legs,
and then we're gonna sword fight to the death afterwards.
It's just gonna depend on who has the bigger sword. That's
Mine is only a -2 inches.
Stop.
It's like almost like a vagina. That's it.
I'm a
You're like, I'm not. No, goodbye.
I'm a +8 adventurer, so
I'm not
with a +9 stamina and a -10 intelligence. So
I am a Ken doll.
sorry, I like RPGs. I'm sorry.
Video games? I love it.
I love video. I can't sit around for 18 hours like I used to because I have stuff to do.
Oh yeah, that's how I am. Like my partner the other day was like, "Do you ever like wake up and just watch TV?" And I'm like, I haven't woken up and just watched TV in years.
I barely watch it.
Yeah, I was like, I wake up and I'm like, oh shit, I'm late, and it's like fucking 7 in the morning.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm late. He's like, late for what? I'm like, late to do my shit. Like I got sewing. I have to go to the mall. I have to go to the fabric store. Then I have to go to the Walmart. Then I have to do.
But it depends what you're watching too. So.
What's that?
Well, it depends what you're watching on TV.
If it's porn, then it's like, it only takes like 20 seconds. I'm kidding.
20 seconds.
That's if I'm just doing myself. Like I have no time to jack off. Like literally.
You always have to make time. You young people, y'all work too much. Y'all need to make time for jacking off.
I always
we
make
have to.
time.
We have
You
to
always
fix
have
what
to make
we
time
have to
because
fix what our elders
that's
broke.
unhealthy.
Okay.
You do not want to have. You don't want to. You know, I have to go to the
I mean, if
doctor.
I'm doing
so
other things, it's gonna be a minute.
I have to go to the doctor to make sure my prostate is okay every now and then. Y'all want a healthy prostate, y'all need to jack off. Okay? Just, y'all need to do that. Find time in the day. Have some you time. You need some you time.
You need some jack off time.
You need to make love to yourself and feel good about yourself.
Facts. He knows. He knows what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Or if you can't do it alone, find somebody who will help you. I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer. I'm okay. I'm up for helping the community.
Like,
Hey, helping the community as much as I can. Helping the community.
Any volunteers?
He He's just like the Montrose like masturbator. Oh my god! Like, let me help you.
You know, there are people.
I'm here for the community.
You know, there are people.
When's the community award at the end of the year?
You know, there are people around the world who are going to listen to this podcast and go, "What's wrong with them gays in Houston?"
It's the water. It's the water. It's the water for me.
Well, you know what? We need to take a little bit of a break. We went way over. We had a good time. We had a good time with Daniel. We had a good time with Jonathan. I had a good time with Daniel's friend. I had a good time with Frankie. And I'm having a good time with Jonathan again. And maybe a third time. I think I can make it to a third time.
All night.
I think.
All night affair.
I think. Okay. I'm not quite sure. It's going to depend.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the pills that I'm taking that day. But I think I can make it a third time.
The high blood pressure.
The price is going to higher.
Well, the more that you do it, the lower the blood pressure. It's supposed to relax you, get you nice and in the mood.
The blood circulates more.
So I need to lower my blood pressure. Okay. I've been told that we've gone over, and so we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to finish up the next round of interviews, and then I have a special guest who's going to be calling into the show in a little bit.
It's Martha
kind of
Stewart.
like a former co-host of the show who's going to call in later. So we're going to be right back. Everybody get a drink. Enjoy yourselves. We'll be right back. And we are back.
Welcome back, Houston.
We're doing what I'm like to call. I guess we're doing street interviews at Buddy's.
Not street interviews.
I'm not saying that people are walking off the street. We pulling people off the street and having them come on.
We're pulling them off
show.
the street and making them.
Marcus is pulling people off the street, and we're.
He is pulling off.
And guess who he pulled off the street?
Mm-hmm. He pulled off an old friend of mine.
Y'all broke up?
Wow.
Oh no, we used to go to high school together.
That's my classification. Like I'm an old shoe. Like
not an old shoe.
I'm not gonna say shoe because there's no such thing as an old shoe. Mm-hmm. It's
wow.
It's a shoe that could be repurposed.
I've been archived. Archived.
Mm-hmm. He has his own podcast.
I do.
Mm-hmm. Tell us the name of your podcast. So the
name of the podcast is the H-Town Spin.
Mm-hmm. The H-Town Spin, which we used to work together on, and then we both decided that maybe he should just work on it. So
we had a mutual divorce.
We had a meeting of minds, and we both decided that
we had a mutual divorce, and actually things have worked out.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, my name is John Floyd.
Hi, John Floyd.
I am the owner of the H-Town Spin podcast. It is a news commentary type podcast, so we talk about anything current event, newsworthy. You got it.
It's a fun show.
I do want to congratulate you guys. I mean, this is a great setup. This is a great idea for you guys to be here.
Absolutely, yeah.
At a bar. This is a really good idea. The only thing I want to, if I may,
yeah, of course you may, because you're going to anyway.
I am. Instead of once a month, do every Monday. Only because this is a great way for you to build up your audience. Well, and the people that come in, if they see you guys here every Monday, it's going to be like a tradition. It's going to be like, oh my God, like they're doing a podcast, and it will literally build up your following and your.
I think he said once a month, and then we'll see what happens after.
Yeah, exactly. So
I just don't want. I want you guys to think globally because I mean this is a really good concept.
Yeah.
It's a really good idea.
John's always been involved in the bar club scene he was a club promoter for years.
I was.
So he has knowledge.
Please don't make me relive that. No.
The bar scene. Yes, he had a horrible time.
20 years.
20 years of it. He had a horrible time dressing up in fantastic clothes and
I was
drinking all night and meeting all kinds of women. And
I was a top flight promoter for 20 years. Yeah, I mean, big on social media. I know pretty much anybody right now in the club business. I know them. I work with them. I've had really good long-term relationships with people and some of that. If there's a promoter right now that I don't know, it's somebody that came after I left. But like the mainstays and stuff of that, I have a great rapport with them still. So I still try to keep a little bit of an ear to the street and everything. People let me know what's going on and stuff like that.
Me, I'm pretty terrible.
And what bar? Tell the audience all the places.
I'm not going to mention all of them.
But you only have a few. You only have.
But I started. I started with a place a long time ago, like 99, 2000. I don't know if your followers will know, like M Bar, which was on Main and Preston. Then we moved to Lotus Lounge. Then we moved, basically back then, that was when the rail system had just came, when they were like redoing downtown. So we were doing those two, and then we started moving toward Midtown. And then when we got to Midtown, we were doing Proof Bar. We did Riches. I'm very good friends with the people that originally owned Riches. Not the new guys, but the guys that originally owned it. Escobar, Fifth Amendment, like I said, Proof.
So Houston club life.
I do. I've been out of it for about 6 years now and stuff like that. But like I said, the people that I knew back at M Bar and stuff like that, they're still really good friends of mine. I still communicate with them, not regularly, but it's weird that even now, when I go, the few times that I do go out, they'll be like, "Oh shit, what's up, sir? How you doing? How you doing?" And they it's like they just give me like this royal treatment, which kind of. It doesn't flatter me. It actually makes me kind of like, no, why are you doing? Like I don't do this anymore. And they're like, and so it's kind of jolting on that, to that level. But I appreciate the respect and stuff like that. But I don't abuse it. And I don't come out often. I came out tonight because I wanted to show support to you and Joel.
Absolutely.
Because I know how hard he works at this show and stuff like that. And, that's my brother. I went to high school with Joel. I've known him for 30 plus years and stuff like that. So no matter what issues we had, no matter how much headbutting we did, I still got support.
Still do.
I still got support, and I still got love for him.
Absolutely.
I still got, and I still. Yeah, that's family. And as Dominic Toretto says, you never turn your back on family. Even if they do, you never turn your back. And I'm not saying you did, but it's just I don't want to go there.
Boom, boom.
But it was the issue of we just had creative differences.
Absolutely.
Which is normal when you have two creative people that's trying to come out with a finished product and stuff like that. You're going to have creative differences and stuff like that. Sometimes the differences can be easily worked out. Sometimes the best thing to do is to separate and stuff like that. And that's where, Charlotte, you came in. I've never met you until tonight and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, the show is doing,
every mom's nightmare.
The show's doing better. The show's doing better. This is, like I said, this is a great concept. This is a great idea. So milk this for all you can, and build your, let this place build your
absolutely,
your crowd
and it will,
and stuff like that. So that's my advice. That unwarranted or unasked for and stuff like that. But that's what I would do.
Absolutely.
But aside from that, it's like now I just do a secular. I'm a secular guy now. I work, and my craft, my hobby, my craft is the H-Town Spin. So if I'm not doing a actual podcast, I have a Facebook show page, H-Town Spin. I have an Instagram page, H-Town Spin, and I have a Twitter page, H-Town Spin, which I can honestly 100% say Joel Tatum was the driving force behind that, because one of the creative things that we discussed was he's like, okay, you got this podcast, now you need to get on all your social media platforms. You need to develop a page and stuff like that. You need to do this and stuff like that.
And
so
if I were to I guess I'm gonna look it up on Twitter. Because for some reason, I guess I'm not following you for some reason. I don't know why.
It says that it's the H-Town Spin / news commentary.
We came up with it together. I think I know what it is.
Well, I'm just saying,
but the fact of the matter is that I think I told you that because of the type of show that you're doing, Twitter is the one that you really want to focus on when it comes to your social
I'm
media.
posting
really
2-3 times a day.
Yeah, you
Twitter's
need to,
incredible.
Yeah, Twitter is incredible for your show. Because
I'm doing 2 or 3 times a day posting on Twitter.
I have a private Twitter page, and it's been pretty successful. So, but
I honestly, the show on Twitter, I follow other podcasters, and it's okay. But I'm really going to now start focusing more on Instagram and Facebook. Especially Instagram because I'm really having a good time on Instagram.
TikTok is pretty cool, too. That's how I make all my money is through TikTok.
Yeah.
People just send me money.
And see, like,
I don't even
like,
know what I would do on TikTok.
And like I said, like my show is... My show is news commentary, so it's an opinionated, it's a common sense approach and stuff like that.
It's a common sense idea to have you on Twitter.
But I have no qualms about calling out state and local politicians for the bullshit that they do and stuff like that. I don't have a problem with that. And if they don't like what I post, then you know what? Block me. Give a shit, you know?
So
but the message is to the people is like, hey, you guys need to understand. I'm going to be honest and tell you, Ted Cruz, I couldn't have asked for a better gift. Like, seriously. I mean, that guy has just given me so much shit. Like, he's giving me so much news coverage that I'm like, dude, if I was praying and asking for news coverage and then you drop Ted Cruz in my lap, I'm like, thank you.
It's like when Donald Trump dropped out of the scene and we got basically the younger, stupider brother.
Yeah,
I'm like, Ted Cruz. I'm like, are you serious? This guy here.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, like honestly, it's not even Ted Cruz anymore. It's the whole legislative body of the state of Texas, like Governor Abbott and Dan Patrick and Ted Cruz and John Cornyn and the indicted Attorney General of the state of Texas, Ken Paxton. I'm like, dude, that's like 5 blessings in a row that I've just been dumped in my lap, and I'm like, gee, I can. Thank you. Like, I'm looking at the Lord saying, what did I do to deserve this gift? Like, help me.
It's a good thing Joel helped me get a podcast together because now I'm having fun.
You did, and I will tell. Let me tell you, listeners, the little bit of a story.
Hold on. Let me just. I know where the story's going to go, so I'm just going to tell you like this. The fact of the matter is that the reason why I wanted John to do a podcast is because I kept reading his opinions on Facebook, and I said, you know what, John. You'd be better off doing a podcast. And
yeah, I mean, he's the one that actually planted a seed in my head. It was like, dude, you should do a podcast. Like, I've been reading your stuff and everything like that. He's like, you have a voice, and this is a perfect platform for you to do what you do naturally.
Yeah.
And even though things didn't work out with us creatively, he learned enough to start his own. To do it himself.
Well, I have an idea. Like, I mean, he gave me, and I'll be totally honest because I don't think people know, what goes into it. But when I would come to Joel's house every week, there's a white chalkboard on the wall. I'm assuming it's still there, right? It's a dry erase board, and Joel would sit there at the computer, and he wouldn't even look at me when I would come in. I'm like, hey, Joel, how you doing? He's like, he'd do like that, and I'm like, I'm doing fine, right? And then he'll turn around and he'll look at me and he's like, so you ready for your show? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, write down your topic. Write down your 3 topics that you're going to talk about and what your introduction is going to be. And I'm like, it's all up here. Nope, put it on the board. I'm like, okay. So he kind of drove a hard bargain when it came to that point. Because it literally made me go to my index cards and be like, okay, I need to write down this and this and this. And so when I would come to the show, like the following week, I'd have all my shit on an index card. I'm like, on several index cards. I'm like, well, Joel, here's part 1, here's part 2, here's part 3. And he didn't always agree with what I was saying. But at the end of the day, it taught me now the preparation part of podcast because you can't just get on the microphone and just talk unless you just have shit you need to talk about.
I will say this: what I applied to at the time what I applied to your show does not necessarily work for our show because you are more into news and everything else. You needed to have everything organized and need to have
happen throughout the week.
We get on, we have conversations, we have fun. And sometimes we know what we're going to talk about, and then other times we just get on the mic and start talking.
Hey,
how's
your day?
I will say this.
Yeah.
The times that Joel was my co-host, honestly, probably arguably right now with the early stages of my show, best co-host I ever had. A lot of that had to do with just his knowledge of politics and news. It also helped that we usually had a bottle or two of wine at the table, which
We limit ourselves now because there's been multiple times where we're just like,
yeah. Well, we went through the rough stages and stuff like that. But there were
drunk.
There were a few times. There was a few times,
and he's a horny drunk.
Yeah, I'm a mean and horny drunk.
Oh, I know.
But sometimes I'm like to these guys, I'll walk you to your car.
I don't know about the horny part. I do know about the mean part.
Oh, you got all the mean. Everybody else gets the horny.
Yeah, I got the mean.
He's like so much. So when you come to, I'm like, goodbye, Joel. We're leaving.
Yeah.
I'm taking you guys with me.
But I do.
Let me escort you out because Joel is dangerous.
But that's another thing about my podcast is that I opened it up to, to alcohol. You could curse on my podcast. You could do whatever you.
I love cursing.
Yeah, I mean it's like, hey, like.
Cursing is a sign of intelligence.
Give me 100% you, like raw and uninhibited.
Uncut.
Okay, so we're gonna.
But hold on, let me plug my show again. It's the H-Town Spin. I'm on Facebook under H-Town Spin. I'm on Instagram under H-Town Spin, and I'm on Twitter under H-Town Spin /news commentary. So definitely check it out.
One thing I wanted to say to you, John. Make sure, because you're going with your show, you need to make sure that to check your, because you're always going to, new podcast networks are going to pop up. So make sure that you are always checking to make sure that you are signed up to new.
I'm as of right now, I'm on all social. I mean, I'm on all podcast networks. I'm on Spotify, Pandora. Anything that wherever you get your podcast, I am on there, and I'm so happy because Mr. Joel Tatum is the one that actually helped me get on that. So, big thanks. Also, like I said, congratulations, guys. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that your show is doing well, and I'm actually happy that you are at Buddies. Doing your thing. Doing your thing. I just think you should do it once a week instead of once a month. But I understand. So with that, I'm a bid farewell and adieu. And thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you, John, for being on. So that was John Floyd of the H-Town Spin, a local podcast here in Houston. As you can tell, we have a lot of interesting people, and it looks like Marcus is lining up a few more. But we're gonna. I need to find out what. So what's going on, Marcus? What do you have going on?
Well, we have a bartender from Buddies.
Okay.
He'd like to come in and say a couple words. Somebody who's been around the club for quite a while.
He's a social here.
And I think, how many more do we have after that?
I think we have Priscilla wants to say something too. She's an artist.
Okay. Oh,
okay,
an artist.
Cool.
Oh, yes. But
I think after that we should be good.
But I need the man who's probably going to make me a drink here in a little while to sit down on the show.
Tell us about yourself.
Oh, and there's another cutie. There's so many cuties here at Buddies. Y'all need to come down here because these bartenders are hot.
Period.
They're just so hot.
Delicious.
They're delicious. Let me see. I'm working the odds here because I've literally hit on every person that has sit here. I'm trying to see if we get up to 10, somebody's going to come home with me this evening. If we get up to 10,
girl,
if we get you drunk enough, yeah, we will.
You know, they said if
she's going to take you home, but she's not going to go home with you.
Supposedly, if you talk to 10 people in the bar, 9 will say no, and then number 10 will say yes. But usually,
it's a nightclub, not a bar.
Yes, and usually it's at 2.
And I've worked at nightclubs too, and I've ran them as well.
Yeah, and it usually happens at 1:55 when you are looking around desperately, going, "I'm not going home alone tonight." You.
Oh God, never! I'm taking my ass home. All right, hi.
Introduce yourself.
My name's Eric Irvin. I'm one of the managers here at Buddies.
Why did he say bartender, Marcus? Get on your job.
I'm a bartender as well.
But you're also a manager?
I bartend and manage.
Okay, you bartend and manage. So you're the bar manager, or you also...
We have a plethora of managers, so I'm one of the 6 managers that we have.
Oh shit!
So you're the second sexiest manager that you have here?
I have no idea. I don't rate myself.
I've already ranked them all. So it's fine. You're number 2 on the list so far.
Oh, I like that.
Now, you look at that smile. It's an amazing smile. What you have to have as a bartender, you have to have that. I've been bartending now for about 25 years.
Yeah.
But I work with old ladies and suburban housewives who like to drink wine in the afternoon
And a vodka.
with their 5 kids on the side.
And they have the great stories.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
The tea stories, the real good tea.
And I called the houseboy the other day.
Yeah,
and you know
exactly.
what he did? He ate the fucking cream cheese.
I knew Karen before Karen became a thing.
Like, I knew Karen Dupree.
And then they have the pool boys jock straps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
or the bikinis.
And you know what I loved? Every time they were always in gym clothes. Every time.
Bye.
They were always in fitness
Not the
clothes
Nike
in the
Fed.
afternoon.
Not the Nike Fed.
Can I get a bottle of Pinot Grigio,
no, it's
please?
what is it called? Kim Crawford?
Mm-hmm.
Kim Crawford, yes.
And
That's a great commercial,
make
by the
sure
way.
the wine glass is chilled, sweetie.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it smoking inside? Bitch, this hasn't been smoking inside in 20 years.
So tell us a little about. This is like a first date. So tell me a little bit about you. What is working here at Buddy's like?
So I did come from another establishment. I originally started my bartending career at F-Bar.
F-Bar.
So
Is that where Rebar used to be?
I was the original F-Bar crew. I worked there for 5.5, 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And then one of my good friends gave me the opportunity. He had an opportunity to reopen Rich's, so I ended up going over there. I was the assistant GM at the beginning, and then I ended up becoming the GM. And then we moved over to Rebar after the pandemic. I came over here because they didn't have any plans of reopening. So I came on board over here August. After a month, they offered me a management position, and ever since then, it's been a lot of fun. So it's a great team here, great environment.
I've noticed something that Houston does, like their managers and bartenders can work on the same team, and that's really cool because I worked in multiple like gay bars, and that's not a thing. If you're a manager, you're a manager. I think that's really cool because like it gives the manager like an opportunity to like do this, then do that. I think it's really fucking cool here.
It also alleviates a lot of stress because like that's your safe
and
place.
Also you got to work in
behind the bar.
you got to work in that sort of thing
That's your element.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's what we're used to.
And I think that's really cool that
if
they
we're
do that
just
here.
strictly a manager, sometimes it's like we need a release and we need to like be back in our element.
Absolutely, because then I agreed.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to ask one of the bartenders here, but I guess I was so busy flirting. That I forgot to ask. Basically, last summer, which was the summer from hell, as I call it, because no one was working.
Correct.
And how did you fare during the entire lockdown process?
So I actually, whenever it started happening, I actually started being an adult and having savings last year. The beginning of it, I fared well. I have a roommate. I have 2 roommates, and we went down to Galveston. We had a vacation in Galveston for 2 months. So we stayed down there, and then we came back up and reopened. I caught COVID. We re-shut down.
Oh, my goodness.
So I fared well and everything, and then things were getting rougher because, my savings started depleting, even though, we got all the stuff from Texas Workforce and all that. But it just, towards the end of it, I mean, it's been getting, I didn't suffer at the beginning, but, now I'm starting to feel the repercussions that everybody else has felt.
We all are now. It's been a year now.
It's been tough.
Yeah.
So,
they're like,
especially when you're like normally making a certain amount of money that you're used to. And then now you're going through all that, and you're having to deplete other things because you're not making as much.
Absolutely.
So yeah, because I know that when I was out of work and didn't know what was going to happen, I literally I think it started March 15th, maybe.
Yeah, March 16th is when I lost both my jobs.
I went into work, and they said, "Hey, you need to file for unemployment because we are closed indefinitely." And I went.
Yeah, it took me a month and a half to get into unemployment.
Yeah, it took me about that long. I mean, literally, people were telling me, "Oh, well, I got my unemployment, blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "Really?" Because I've been on the phone with them for A month. I went online.
I woke
did
up
all
every
this
morning
stuff.
at like 6 a.m. and like
did the
started
same
calling.
thing.
Yeah.
And
It
I
took
would
me
call.
4 months for me to get unemployment.
The last day that I called, it took me 181 calls to get through.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
terrible!
That's
I'm still
probably how long.
yeah. Like, and I filed unemployment in New Mexico. That's where I was living last. And,
You know,
they're trying to get their. I still have to contact them to give them something, and they're like, the only way you can tell us, the only way you can enter this information is to call. And I've been calling like about 20 times a day for the past like week.
That sucks.
And I'm just like, I have 10 more days until like.
You know,
rough.
you know what saved me was the fact that I actually didn't start getting unemployment until May. Because it just took forever, and I couldn't
think
get
it
a
was roughly
PIN.
about the same
I was
time.
waiting to get a PIN number online, and I could not get a PIN.
So
Oh my god, that was so bad.
I filed for unemployment way back whenever I was a young wee lad. And so I didn't have all the information that I needed, so I couldn't get the PIN, and then trying to get through it. But that day that I finally got through, they like got me through all the steps, and I got everything that I needed. So, but yeah, it was like May or June before I actually finally got
Yeah,
mine.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
mine was in like end of July.
thankfully enough, because I worked as a bartender in Bel Air, and thankfully enough, some of my bar customers who were black card customers would come through and go, "Hey, do you need food? Do you need money? Do you need this? Do you need that?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you." So, well, you've always taken very good care of us. So if we can do anything to help, just let us know. And they were there. They took care of me for 2 months.
That's awesome.
Until I got my unemployment.
That's awesome.
I was, they made sure I had food in the house. They made sure, I wasn't paying any bills because thankfully enough, all the bill people were like, "Don't worry about it right now until we figure this shit out." So, luckily I didn't have to pay rent either. So. It was,
nice.
it was. I actually had enough money.
Unfortunately, ours didn't. Ours was like, nope, you still got to pay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Well, no one was working in our building, and most of the people that live in my building work in the service industry, so nobody was getting paid. So, I mean,
Well, at least they were understandable.
so,
That's awesome.
So at least some of them were got theirs early. Other of us didn't. My neighbor didn't get his until July.
Yeah,
Didn't get his unemployment until July.
That first payment, whenever you get all the backup stuff, it's a nice big
incredible.
payment.
Oh
It's
my
a nice
God,
big
it's-
payment. You're like,
Yeah,
woo!
that's what I
And
was. I had just
think-
moved to Houston when I got mine, and I was like, okay, I bought a TV, I bought a bed, I bought a mattress.
Everybody was having a
Yeah.
great time buying everything.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is so nice. I bought a
Amazon.
desk.
I had never used
I got new
Amazon
tires on my
before
car.
as much as I did over the summer.
Okay.
I went from having a plate and a pan in the kitchen because I had one plate and I had a pan. That's it. That's
You're like,
all I had in
it's
my
a party
kitchen.
for one.
Because it's me. I'm not cooking. I'm not cooking.
I remember the first things to go at the grocery store were the hair clippers because nobody was allowed to get haircuts.
Yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
just like, oh my god, I'm like, I look like a disgusting mess.
So one of my roommates, he is a hairdresser.
Oh, then you're
So-
set. You guys
But
are
also, I
set.
had really short hair, so I could I was cutting my own hair, but I was trying to let it grow out. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gave us haircuts.
Yeah, mine was like bad because I lived in Albuquerque and nothing was open. And then you went to the Walmarts, there was no hair clippers. Then I just started shaving the sides of my head and I looked like a crackhead. I'm like, I can't do this.
Yeah, so between the three of my roommates, I make drinks. One of my roommates was a hairdresser. The other one went to culinary school. So we had
What?
we
You
all
had a
we had all
perfect trio. Oh
we
my
were
God.
we were having crab boils, crawfish boils.
Bye, babe.
Yeah.
You know, my
My
kitchen is.
crab broils with a barber shop in the back.
Yeah,
You know-
you go to Kima. There's this great place. There's great places in Kima where you can get Snow King crab legs.
Oh wow,
Ugh, amazing.
that sounds amazing.
Well, I tell you what, thanks to YouTube, I learned how to cook shit. I mean, I learned how to cook over the entire summer because I'm like, I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I can't order anything because nobody's doing anything right now. So
I know how to
YouTube
cook.
helped me learn how to. I know how to cook Chinese food.
Oh, and one of my
Because I love Chinese
one of my
food.
roommates are Asian, so he knows how to cook all that.
I learned how to make dumplings. I learned. I got dumpling paper sitting in my refrigerator right now.
Okay.
Because I'm like, oh, I feel like an egg roll. Oh, look, I can make it myself.
I can tell you if you like dumplings, if you go to Costco.
Oh, I love dumplings.
Oh yeah, they have the
Miss
dumpling.
Miss
Yes.
Ling Ling's. It's the brand Miss Ling
Yes,
Ling's.
I love
Oh my
Miss
god,
Ling Ling's.
those are amazing.
Yes,
Those are-
dumplings of all. Oh, I can eat dumplings all day long. I
Same.
just love dumplings so much. So,
Same.
So I know what to cook for you when you come over to the house.
Okay.
Don't shake your head, Scott. You know I've been. You know this is what I do. I make our guests feel comfortable. I make them feel loved.
I make them feel comfortable.
I drive their ego, so they're like, they're good. This is what you do with a guest.
I mean, it's fun.
It's fun. It's a lot
I
of
like
fun.
the fact that they look uncomfortable sometimes, and or they look too comfortable, and then I'm like,
just give them a little bit of alcohol. They'll feel just in.
This might
get them a little looped up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Scott, it's time for you to go.
On that note, guys,
we had a great time. Everybody, good night.
He's like, I need another shot for this.
Mm-hmm. So it's been so much fun.
I guess this is the end.
Okay, I guess we're reaching towards the end. I think. Let me do a check real quick. It might just be a quick issue.
Well, anyways, do you want to sign out for a minute?
Say no what?
Oh, we're good. We're good.
No, we're
okay.
good. I just had to push the OK button.
Okay.
We are gonna run out of space here soon, so we're probably gonna have to.
That's fine.
End the show. I think we have room for maybe one more interview.
Yeah.
We have one more.
Cool.
Okay, and then we'll probably have to. Anybody else will probably have to have them in studio.
Okay.
Or we'll have because I talked to Frank. I talked to him real good. So
I had heard.
So we might.
They were in the bathroom for 20 minutes. I don't know if they were doing.
we might be doing this show again next month. So.
Yes, I know. I'm very well aware.
Mm-hmm. You know a lot. Don't
They sent it on the portal.
I do.
Okay. These are some talk. How am I gonna be able to play around with these men if they're gonna talk to each other all the time?
That's why you don't.
It's called management.
I understand. I completely understand.
But no, we're all on board.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate y'all coming out.
Hey,
did you want to say where we can find you on social media? Or anything?
Yeah.
So I have to. Yeah, my Facebook is Eric Irvin.
Mm-hmm.
Like with a K or with a C?
ERIC. Mm-hmm. Last name is ERV as in Victor, IN.
Mm-hmm.
And then on my Instagram handle, I think it's at. Hold on, I don't know all this. Just really bad.
Instagram's difficult.
It's EW. It's EWERVIN 27.
Mm-hmm.
That's my Instagram handle. So it's also Eric Irvin.
Or just come see him at Buddy's.
Yeah, or just come see me at Buddy's.
Because I plan on seeing him at Buddy's.
I don't tell people Twitter because my Twitter's another Pornhub.
Oh, period.
Yes, you know what?
That's
I get my best porn on Twitter. I swear to God.
That's where I find
the
all
best
the. That's where I find everybody.
On Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you find the local Houston.
We're going to tell it to wrap up.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this real quick before Eric leaves. You look at one dick pic on Twitter, suddenly your Twitter page is full of dick pics. I'm like,
best.
oh my,
That's
look at this!
happened.
I'm not waking up to Trump. I'm waking up to a dick in my face.
That's how it happened.
I'm so glad all the Trump feed is out of my fucking thing.
So,
I blocked that. So.
Yeah. So, thank
but
you.
no, I appreciate you guys.
Well, cheers.
Thank you,
Have
Eric.
a great rest of your shift.
Have a
few more hours.
Right.
Thank you guys.
Okay. Thank you for coming on to the show. Thank you for that beautiful smile of yours. Thank you for anything else that I might have forgotten to thank you for.
Well,
I'm going to watch you walk away, and I'm probably going to say thank you for that great butt of yours. So.
That's how people know me.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you. And the staff of Buddies, they're just. And by the way, Eric, look, Eric does have a great butt.
Look at her.
Look at him.
She's like,
oh my God, that butt is. Yes.
Body, yada, yada, yada.
Yes. Yes, Queen. Yes. Get it. I think we got time for one more.
That was an interesting segment.
And then we're gonna have to call it because guess what's happening, Marcus?
Very nice to meet you.
What's happening?
We're running out of space on our micro card, so we're gonna have to. Cipriano's probably gonna have to end it. I'm gonna have to get. If anybody else wants to do it, we need to probably have them in studio. To like do full interviews.
Come on my show.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing.
Okay. Thank you.
You know that.
Mm-hmm.
You know that.
But
we've talked about this.
But you're taking up time. You're taking up time. I gotta finish. So
Marcus. So who's next on? Who's next on, Marcus? She's like, I'm gonna introduce myself. Period.
Go ahead.
She's like, I'm gonna introduce myself.
Okay. So talk to. I think it's Princess. and tell her
Princess
that
my
we
ass,
probably won't be able
Oh,
to.
she said Princess my ass, bitch.
No, I'm
the young lady who's the artist.
Send the timer
Call me
down.
whatever
Yeah,
you
talk
want
to
call
her
me.
and see if she wants to.
Yeah, she said that'd be cool.
If
Wait,
she
who?
wants,
What?
yeah,
She could be up on the.
on the show.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you talking
At the
about? What?
house.
Okay, all right. So get her information so we can call her and
Yeah, absolutely.
set up an
Sign a-
interview.
Sign a waiver.
Okay,
Period.
all right. So we're gonna
I'm
finish
excited to talk to this one.
Oh
because
my
Yes.
I
goodness,
haven't
we're
seen
all
her-
excited.
Yes,
I haven't seen her. I haven't
We're all
seen her on the
excited to talk to
sidelines,
somebody.
girl.
Yeah.
Hey, it's
This
the fun's
girl
about to
here.
begin.
It's-
How about that?
Okay, first of all,
Let's get a name.
Let's
It's
Miss
no,
Rihanna.
Miss Riri, Rihanna.
Miss
Miss
Riri.
Riri.
AKA
What? How you doing
Rihanna.
tonight, girl?
Amazing.
Miss
How are
Rihanna.
you? Hey.
This bitch has been buying the shots.
Girl, we've been buying shots for.
Mm.
No, how about we have been getting shots?
And
What?
bitch.
And what? Fans.
Where's the
fans.
little? Can we get a sound effect?
We got fans.
We need a sound effect. Okay, let me see what this one is. Oh, that's crickets.
We don't do
You
a
know what?
cricket.
You
Oh
know
my
what?
goodness.
Okay.
What the
you
fuck
know
is
what?
going on?
You know what? I know where it is. Let me look on the.
Not the crickets.
People be
We
buying
got
us
the
songs,
cricket.
bitch. You know, as fine as we look.
Mm-hmm.
Fine as
Let
we
Girl,
look.
they be
Why you-
chirping, they be looking,
why you
they be
buying
chirping.
Shit? Why are you buying shit?
I'm sorry. I think it's on the second.
No.
Some-
You know, leave it alone. Leave it alone.
There it is.
Leave it alone.
There you go. She got
Welcome to the stage, Miss Riri.
Yes,
How
girl.
you doing,
Yes,
girl?
girl. How you doing?
We having a good time at Buddies.
You know what? We always have a good time at Buddies.
We always have a good time at Buddies.
Yes,
You're
ma'am.
at Buddies.
Yes,
Mhm,
ma'am.
mhm. We're at Buddies in Houston.
You know what? I
And
bring
if
all
you've
my
heard
buddies
of-
to Buddies.
You know what we should have done at the beginning of the show? We should have said every time that you hear us say Buddies,
Gotta
take a
do a
shot.
shot.
You got to do a shot.
Wow.
Girl, we
Girl, I don't need a. I don't
But
need
we're having
a.
a good time.
we 17 shots in, 3
I don't need
Percocets, and 3
confirmation
more
to get a buddy.
cigarettes, girl.
I don't need confirmation to get a
I'm gonna
shot.
ask Miss Marcus.
Miss Marcus, we said buddy.
Can we get? Can I get one more drink?
Can we get shots over here?
No, can we get one more drink?
She said a round of waters.
Well, we're about to end the show, so can we get can we get a drink?
She's like, can you sign this waiver?
Girl.
You want me to sign a waiver, girl?
She said,
Can we get one more drink?
you know what? My way for you is my hand.
Oh, vodka soda.
I do the same thing.
So, see, this is
yeah,
I
they
think
know my
this is-
drink.
This is the best thing about having a podcast at a bar. You can just order a drink.
Girl, you can just walk
You
in
can
and
just
say,
order a
this is
drink.
what I
Hold on.
want. I don't know what I
A
want.
round of
No one
applause for
gives a
Marcus.
shit.
A
No
round
one
of
gives a
applause for
shit.
Marcus.
Round of applause for Marcus. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, this is it.
Ooh, girl, that went
It's
on
like
too
the
long.
glow. It's like the Academy Award winner.
Yes, exactly.
It's everything.
Mhm.
It's what about me, bitch? Come on, you got to say about me too.
We had a good. We've had a good night.
So tell us about yourself because I
No,
don't know you.
no. Everybody knows about me.
I don't know you, girl. I just moved here.
Well, let it.
Okay.
Okay, give us a quick synopsis of Miss Riri.
So synopsis: I've done Dragon the Montrose. I do my thing. I've grown up and continue to do my thing.
She. When did you start doing drag in
Oh
Montrose?
my gosh! Back in the 1980s.
Girl. Okay, I know how old you are. You did not do drag back in the 1980s, girl. You are not that old, girl.
No. Always, I know all the good drag queens. I've done my stuff. I perform. You know what? My first performance was Viviana's.
Viviana,
Do you remember that?
she's
Viviana.
still away.
Remember that?
Yes.
Queen.
I'm new here. I'm new here. I haven't been to Viviana.
No,
yet.
Viviana's back in the day.
Marcus, remember Viviana's?
Yes, you have to remember.
Oh,
that was my
yes.
first show. That was my first. You got my
You know
drink
what?
too?
What did you say?
No, when we asked for a drink, you should have said something.
Oh no, absolute soda. Yes.
But so you know what, Marcus, thank you.
You remember
for
that?
all
You remember
you've
that?
done for the
Thank
night.
you, Marcus.
Thank
We
you so
appreciate
much for helping us out.
We've
with-
given you multiple shout outs.
Vodka soda. Yes, Gwen.
Was the poetry reading happening?
Okay.
Yeah, let's get her over.
Well,
Let's get her over.
okay. Well, we're gonna everybody that didn't get on tonight because we're running out of time.
Yeah, we're running out of space. We're running out of space. That's honestly that. We're running out of space.
So what we're gonna do is ask. We're gonna get everybody's information, and we're gonna have you do full interviews on our show in our studio. So we want to be able, because we want guests on the show too who are interested too.
Oh
so
yes,
this is one of the good.
That's always awesome.
This is one of the good things about.
Unless she wants to do a quick little read down, she could do a quick little poem. Let's go. Let's bring her.
Let's get her over here. I agree.
Right here,
get
baby.
over here.
Come on.
Get over here. What you got to do?
You can even use my microphone, baby.
No, you can use my microphone. Oh, whatever. Mine or yours?
No.
Let the mic go. Right here. You can do this mic.
Okay, let's. Okay, introduce yourself before you read.
Read and do your read.
Oh, give her some extra length there. There you go.
Hi, my name is Priscilla May. How are you doing?
Hey, Priscilla May.
Amazing. We're doing amazing, yeah.
Okay. Oh, we had to move the speaker. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me think.
Well, we don't have time to think.
Worried to level up, but why? Unblind your third eye by meditation, 'cause the nation is straight hating on creation. Maintaining disorder. It's colder in the lower folder. Of vibes that thrive on the suffering of others. Be careful not to freeze in the face of the disease. There is a biometric human interface. It was made to lace your DNA with strains, eradicating claim to the mainframe of your own brain, leaving you highly hackable, body jackable. This shit ain't even laughable, my dude. They cannot hack this flow. It's now that the prophecy unfolds. We are told by our elders to pray, follow elemental ways, enjoy the rays of the sun so we will rise and not succumb to the numb association still assaulting all creation. They be raping our daughters straight, killing our fathers. My body was taken before my birth, labeled before conception. This shit is not rehearsed and it is not news. Foster children get abused as surely as the descendants of the slaves are still used, and the natives too. See how we choose to move with the elements instead of the darkness that cycles inside of sick heads. Creator gifted me with song and sacred vision, and so I live in a dream I've seen 1,000 times. Here the sheen falls from reality, blockage fall from sacred. I embrace the sky. Now I am shimmering past time. There is something quite clean inside the being that shares these dreams. Anointed with direction from the highest source, perforce my vessel into action, forgiven fraction for the refraction of the ego, she-go, to a place where higher beings flow, where our ancestors sing through premonitions and sacred dreams. She goes on happily to find her own past actions weak, moving through the traps they seek to bind her spirit to. She pray that only great spirit use her hands and only prayer touch her flesh. She pray that she always remember love. That is the way to stay above the madness that exists within the hearts of others, but especially within herself, and that is for her spiritual well.
God, you thought all that. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Give her a fucking hand. I think that was amazing. That was fucking amazing. I was like thinking, what the fuck is going on?
That was amazing. Yes, we're having. Girl,
you know
we're
what?
having you in the studio.
Girl,
thank you.
Incredible. We're having you in the studio.
And I did.
Yes.
Hey,
well, I'm gonna have you in the studio. I don't work in the studio, but I'm gonna have you in there. Just so you know, I'm gonna have you there. I'm encouraging.
That was. You were wonderful. I mean, that was amazing.
I love it. I think it was amazing.
Thank you.
Can you tell us where to find you on social media?
Yes, please.
I actually don't use social media like that. I don't
So
know.
what do you do?
I just work with the people, the community creator.
But you have other.
We're made of like our ancestors, makes us strong. You know,
my ancestors died.
Take care of ourselves for real.
My ancestors died, so they don't.
Yes, you are. You are getting. I mean, this is what our show is. You get some amazing creativity.
It's amazing. Yes, it is.
I thought Houston, Texas. I swear to God.
Get my mouth shut.
H-Town. You can find it. You have to look underground, but you can find it.
Yeah.
You can find it, and it is amazing.
Wait, are you
and we got it.
Thank you guys for creating this platform for the people as well.
Right? You're from H-Town?
Local.
So we're definitely going to have you in the studio. And you know what?
You got
I'm
demoted,
actually going to save this part of the show.
No, you need to. Why would you not?
This was amazing.
Yeah,
it's
why
beautiful.
Would you not?
It's beautiful.
It's amazing.
Go ahead and plug
not
when you're going to
beautiful.
be
it's
performing.
amazing, and it's what?
Will you be doing Oh, do you do open mic stand-up?
I do open things.
What, you did an open mic today?
Next time I'll be at...
Hello, everyone. I'm Joel Tatum, co-host of That Little Gay Talk Show. If you listened all the way to the end, if you made it all the way to the end, you realize that we got cut off. And the reason why we got cut off was the fact that the micro SD card that we had in our soundboard, in our mixing board, became full. So we weren't able to have a proper ending for the show. So here's the thing. I want to thank all the people who helped us, who got us to the point where we could do our first live broadcast. Now, it's not live, obviously, because we did this on a Monday. But hopefully soon, the next few shows that we do when we're out and about will be 100% live. So here are the people I want to thank. I want to thank Christopher Berry, who's the owner of Buddies, who allowed us to come in on the Monday on the back patio and just be able to have fun, and gave us like a small drink tab and everything else. I want to thank Frankie Sains, the GM, who sat down with us and had a little bit of a chat. Christopher, unfortunately, we weren't able to, because of time constraints and everything else, we weren't able to sit down with him and have a conversation. So we're going to have a conversation with him next time. Next time we do another live podcast at Buddies. I want to thank Julio Briceño, who put everything together, from the poster, the design of the poster, to allowing us to have a place to set up there and everything else. I want to thank John Floyd from H-Town Spin for showing up. I want to thank all the guests that we had, the local bar patrons, all the interesting guests that we had from Barcode. Our poet Priscilla, whose name I'm sure I'm going to get wrong. I want to thank all the people who were sitting down having fun with us. And I want to thank my cousin Marcus Giddens for coming around to help us out and be the third mic and make sure people signed release forms and all this other stuff. We had a wonderful, wonderful time. And I can't express how grateful I am that we were able to do this live and kind of like get our feet wet into doing live performing, because I'd never really performed in front of an audience before. So it was a great opportunity to do so. I especially want to send out a special shout out to my friend David White, who flew all the way in from Arkansas to surprise me and to support me while doing the show. Basically I had nothing but anxiety and nervousness up to this point, the weeks up to this point, making sure everything got done and everything else. And let me tell you, it all paid off in a very fun, wacky, wild night. So here now is the proper ending for that. This is the proper ending for That Little Gay Talk Show. So everybody have a great day. Have fun listening to it. And now I know it's 2 hours. I know it's 2 hours of your life, but hey, listen to it in little bits, do whatever, but we love you. New episodes will be coming out next week. Another new episode will be out next week, and I will announce a guest later on most social medias. So peace out, y'all, and love to everyone in the world and to everyone in Houston, Texas.
This show is sponsored by Tubi's Woodworking. Tubi gives you wood. Also brought to you by Bitch Boy Undies. Get you a pair or else. You can follow the show on most social media at That Lil Gay Talk Show. Check out the website, thatlilgaytalks.com. Music and vocals by Jamie D of Diamond Cut Entertainment.